risk? Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its pre-diabetes awareness partners.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
We did it, so can you.
For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and CDC.
All right, son. Time to put out this campfire.
Dad, we learned about this in school.
Oh, did you now? Okay. What's first?
Smokey Bear said to.
First drown it with a bucket of water, then stir it with a shovel.
Wow, you sound just like him.
Then he said,
If it's still warm, then do it again.
Where can I learn all this?
It's all on SmokeyBear.com with other wildfire prevention tips, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
We got out of Washington State, and I think a week after, state went on lockdown for COVID.
So then when we transitioned to Texas, it was very much so like, what are we going to do now?
Operation Homefront has allowed our family to make something of ourselves again in the world after military.
It's completely changed the way our life is. It took us from a hopeless situation, and now we're homeowners. We have a savings account. I'm the first one to own a home out of my siblings.
Visit OperationHomefront.org to learn more.
At the YMCA, finding your why starts by making an impact together, touching lives for the better. It can be the gift of time or treasure, supporting a community through talent without measure. Here, compassion fuels commitment, finding fulfillment through enrichment, serving and improving. What a way to live, and what a gift it is to give. Find your why and get involved today at ymca.org for a better us.
I'm Chris Jakimick. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is, my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakimick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Being isolated and lonely can be harmful to your health, resulting in high blood pressure, a greater risk of heart disease, and early onset dementia. So it's important to build and maintain social connections. Try a new hobby, volunteer, exercise, or use your phone or other device to stay in touch. Visit connecttoeffect.org to find resources and ways to stay connected. Presented by AARP Foundation with support from United Healthcare.
We are the keepers of the wild, America's original and most invested conservationists. For more than 80 years, we've been committed to conserving wildlife and the natural landscapes that define our nation. From rugged alpine ridgelines to peaceful tall grass prairies, we've supported the conservation of more than 36 miles of American wildlands. Our funding has led to cleaner water, fresher air, and improved wildlife habitat. From abundant fish and waterfowl populations to robust deer and elk herds, nothing is more important than maintaining wild spaces for adventurers to explore and wildlife to thrive. We are America's hunters and target shooters, stewards of the American outdoors.
America's hunters and target shooters, along with firearm, ammunition, and archery manufacturers, have invested more than $46 billion to help state fish and wildlife agencies manage and protect wildlife and wildlands across America. For more information, visit outdoorstewards.org.
The Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council present the story of Tom and Levi.
Tom is the smartest man I know. He's been a professor at 2 major universities, been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, he told me that he was having problems in his classes. I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. And he was telling them that he was doing it as a favor to them, but I think in reality, he just wanted to get out of there. I was really starting to worry because I saw something was wrong.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me, and my love for him was just immense.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
1230 AM, WDBZ, Cincinnati, an Urban One station. Listen online on thebuzzcincy.com. We are 1230 The Buzz, the home of the Lincoln Ware Show.
In the latest news, one person is dead and two others are injured after a Saturday shooting in Cheviot. The incident happened shortly before 6 p.m. at a location on Glenmore Avenue. No arrests have been made. Cincinnati police are investigating a Sunday night shooting. Police dispatched to the city's CUF neighborhood found someone shot near Halstead and Cotman Streets at around 6:15 p.m. The victim was last reported to be hospitalized with critical injuries. Bond is being set at $3 million for a defendant charged in a deadly shooting in North College Hill. 2 people were found shot inside a vehicle on Carpenter Drive. One victim died at the scene while the other survived. 43-year-old Ricky Orlando Lee faces charges including murder and felonious assault. And a Mount Airy apartment complex was the scene of a shooting incident Saturday night. 2 people were hit by gunfire at a complex on High Forest Hill. As of right now, there has been no word on their condition. That's your latest news. I'm Adam Zellick on 1230 The Buzz.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of Urban One Incorporated, Radio One, or any of its subsidiary companies.
The Lincoln Ware Show is on.
In 3, 2, 1.
Now.
Right now.
Than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird.
It's a plane. Lincoln, 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 Bobingan, Bonana, Pineapple, Fingan, Feed, Fine, Momingan, Lincoln.
They say this cat Lincoln is a bad mother. We're just talking about Lincoln.
Good morning, Cincinnati. Welcome to 1230 WDBZ. We are the Buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station, the Lincoln Ware Show, till 1 o'clock this afternoon. And somebody was commenting on the camera, and they said they finally got the color balance right. Now we just got some better cameras, okay? Yeah, that's all. We got some updated cameras, and hopefully, the color scheme, the red does not look orange. Yeah, it looks the regular color it should be. Yeah, it's right on point. Right on point. All right, 513-749-1230. There's a lot happening this weekend. A lot of people shot. What's going on? Can we just have one weekend without any shootings? Is that even possible anymore in the summertime? In wintertime, you could probably get by with it. But in the summertime, with people out and about, is that even possible anymore? To go one weekend without any shootings? Is that possible? Is that possible? In Cincinnati? Or let's just say the greater Cincinnati area, because you got Lincoln Heights, you got Del Heights, Cheviot. No, they had shootings up in Cheviot. I mean, geez. This is just crazy. And Drake... Did I see drunk Drake Kirkpatrick acting a fool to the cops? When did that happen? And where did that happen? I haven't seen any video on Drake Kirkpatrick and the cops. Now, did somebody tell me he owned Memories, or he had something to do with Memories, the club right on 7th Street? Did somebody tell me that? I know there were cops blocking the street on Saturday night. I saw about 12 cop cars at 7th and Vine blocking in front of the Memories Club there Saturday night. So I don't know what happened there, but something happened big because there was too many cop cars just for, a crowd control. They normally have 2 or 3 there automatically, but they had like 7 or 8, maybe even more than that. So I was wondering what was going on. Yeah. All right, we got all these experts. The camera wasn't the issue. It was the lack of the technical skills to lock the color and white balance on the other camera. Oh, boy. We got all these technical experts. It just amazes me how everybody an expert in everything. Yes, they're broadcasting experts. They're everything. Musical experts, biblical experts. We've got them all.
I'm not that smart.
History experts. I mean, you just, we're the one-stop shop here. We got experts for every occasion right here. Somebody that knows what they're doing. Wink, wink. Yes. All right, where do we... Simon Lease, man, 92. I went to his roast. They had a roast for him maybe 3 years ago. He invited me to the roast, and I roasted Simon Lease. And I was supposed to, they wanted me to talk about him wearing taps on his shoes. He would always walk down the hallway and you could hear his taps, clank, clank, clank. He wore taps on his shoes. And it was he was in some kind of Marine Corps marching thing where they all wore taps and he just never stopped wearing his. And I was supposed to make some jokes about that. But instead I made jokes about, does he have any black friends? Me and Melba Marsh were the only blacks at the roast. Yes. And so, anyway, but Simon Lease, man, he brought a lot of attention to Cincinnati with his anti-porn stuff, with the Larry Flint. They even made a movie. And Simon Lease, I think they had what's the guy with the Democratic Party played Simon Lease as the judge. I can't think of the guy. He's married to a Republican. And, James Carville played Simon Lease as the judge in the Larry Flint case. And then there came Mapplethorpe. Remember Mapplethorpe? They went into the art museum there and shut them down. Had indictments. You've been indicted by the grand jury and all that stuff. And it was about 7 pictures of that Mapplethorpe had that they deemed obscene, that Simon Lease deemed obscene. And they went to court and everything, and Mapplethorpe won. Yeah. And, some people don't know. You can't describe what's obscene, but you know it when you see it.
I just want you guys to know I barely even stared at that penis for an hour.
And they had some of that stuff there. And I think they had one picture of a guy urinating on the other guy or something like that. Yeah. And anyway, this was a big thing all over the country. Cincinnati, anti-porn, And they closed down the movie. Remember the porn movie Deep Throat? They had it here, and he tried to close that down. I never did see Deep Throat when it was here in Cincinnati. And we went to Hawaii, and I saw as we were going to the hotel in Hawaii, we passed by a movie theater, and Deep Throat was showing. I said, I couldn't see it in Cincinnati. I'm way over here in Hawaii, and I might get a chance to see it. Yeah. So anyway, what can I say? I tell you. But, Simon Lease was the anti-porn judge, prosecutor, sheriff, anything porn. We had to get it out of Cincinnati. Now we've got the Hustler bookstore here, got the Hustler. They've got 2 locations of Hustler here. Yeah, downtown. There's one on 7th Street that I pass by every day, and I see people going in and out of it. Yes. But, Simon Lease was unable to keep porn out of Cincinnati. Nowadays, I mean, it's on your phone. It's everywhere. You can't, it's a fingertip away. Porn is right there. A new poll shows that Democrats have a slight lead in the Ohio Senate and gubernatorial races. How about that? Amy Acton has a slight lead over Ramaswamy. And I think in the end, in those rural areas, those farmer-type people, they will go with the white woman before they go with the brown-skinned Ramaswamy. Yeah, I just think they will. They'll go with somebody who looks like them before they'll go with Ramaswamy. And he's leading in older people, though. Ramaswamy is leading in older people, 50 and older. And don't they know he wants to do away with Social Security? Why would you be in favor of if he wants to get rid of Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, all that stuff? These people are crazy. Anyway, but Amy Acton, I went to see her yesterday, and she's going to get the word out. It's coming about Ramaswamy. And I'm sure that's going to turn the tide even more than it already is when she comes out with her ads on Ramaswamy. She says she's got some good ones coming. And we'll get her on the show over the next few weeks on phone. And then near the fall, she'll come into the studio when she's in town. So we talked to those people, the Amy Acton people. She was out at Gwen McFarland's house yesterday. Saw a lot of people out there, and she's a pretty good campaign speaker. She's pretty good. She's pretty good. She had her husband there with her, and hey, he's a school teacher. So it's which means she's going to try to get more funds for public schools if she's elected governor, and if they can take back the majority of the state house. So we'll see. I'm sure Dorothy Springs is in mourning. Mother Khadijah Farrakhan, the wife of Minister Louis Farrakhan, is dead at the age of 90. Yeah, Khadijah Farrakhan. So I know Dorothy's probably really crying right about now. And our condolences to the Farrakhan family. Yes. So, sorry to hear about Khadijah. What else we have here? Man. Lincoln Heights. Officials investigating an overnight shooting sent one person to the hospital with life-threatening injuries in Lincoln Heights. Right there at Jackson and Leggett. Jackson and Leggett. Lincoln Heights. Man. 1 killed, 2 injured. Shooting breaks out in Cheviot. I mean, is any place safe in the greater Cincinnati area? And there's a new Ohio bill that would criminalize refusing to identify yourself during a police stop. It's sitting on DeWine's desk as we speak. Will he sign it? We got Judge McDowell coming in a little bit later on. He can tell you all about that, those stops and what you should do and what you shouldn't do. Judge McDowell. And he's a pretty good judge. He was on the TV show yesterday, if you saw him. But he lays it out there. I mean, he doesn't bite his tongue. And if the cops are bad, he'll tell you. If they're wrong, he'll tell you. He's not one to side with the cops, even though they're wrong, like some judges. Some judges will do that. They don't want to tick the cops off anyway, that they bow down to cops. Tony Brown, remember Tony Brown's journal? He's dead at the age of 93. Tony Brown. Trailblazing journalist, TV talk show host, dead at the age of 93. Tony Brown's journal. Yes. Joe Biden is getting in on the punches against Donald Trump. He called Donald Trump a loser. And he talked about the reflecting pool and the arch construction. He said they're toys for Donald Trump. He said he's a loser. And you know
he's such a punk.
Yes, that's pretty much what Joe Biden was saying. He didn't say it that way, but he pretty much was saying that Donald Trump is such a punk. Yes. Even when Donald Trump dogs you out, what's her name? Megan, what's the white reporter when he said blood is oozing out of every portion of her body when she interviewed him? What's her name? She went to NBC. You have the clip of her. What's her name? Megyn
Kelly?
Kelly, yeah, Megyn Kelly. Donald Trump talked about her like you wouldn't believe. He hated her. And now she's siding with him, especially when it comes to the Haitians. And just listen how Megyn Kelly, and, you know, I ever since NBC, when they first hired her, I knew they were making a mistake. And they were just doing it for political purposes. And listen to what Megyn Kelly says about the Haitians.
Look, this has been going on for over a dozen years. Go home. Get out. We know our country's better than yours. That's because we filled it with our work ethic and our culture and our values. You being here only dilutes it for us, those who built it and live it. And half of you people, more than half of you, won't assimilate. We don't want you. We don't care if you're offended. Get out. Go home. Go back to Haiti. Sorry. I'm thinking about our friends in Ohio who've been dealing with these TPS Haitians for years now, who are drunk driving all over their towns and killing people. This is the whole cats and dogs thing. Like, they don't want to live like Americans live. And this was supposed to be temporary help. And it's turned into another backdoor way of allowing someone permanent residency here. And they take advantage of all of our public services.
I tell you, they are doing what Americans do. They're working, they have jobs, they have homes, they're living, they're paying their taxes. Even DeWine wants them to stay. He thinks it's wrong what Donald Trump is attempting to do. And the Supreme Court. I mean, they're no better than Donald Trump. They're doing what Americans do. To send those Haitians back home would be like a death sentence. And I think DeWine knows that. That's why he's fighting so hard for the Haitians. Yes. We had a busy weekend this weekend. Went to we had to walk. Even though it looked like rain, guess what? It didn't rain. And a lot of people, if it looks like rain, I better not go to the walk. I'm going to stay in bed. I'm not going to walk. But there were a few people there. We had a nice, decent crowd at the walk on Saturday morning. Then Saturday afternoon, I went to the Drifters Bedazzle event they had out at the Willow. And that was pretty good. A lot of people there. Saw a lot of people there. So even saw, I saw our good friend who makes the slushes. You know who that is? Miss Louise. She was there. Miss Louise was there. Yes, she was there. I mean, she's still getting around. She's like 96, and she's still out and about. Unbelievable. Let's see what else is going on. We need to take a break. Yeah, I saw a lot of people at that Drifters event. Nadine Allen was there. Did you see Nadine Allen? She had Courtroom A this weekend. And, man, the shooting up in North College Hill there, the girl who got shot with the guy who had the AR-15, boy, her family was going bonkers. They had to pull him out of there till they settled down. If there was no glass there, they would have been on that guy. But they were raising hell. Nadine Allen was the judge for that. Unbelievable. Let's take a break. We'll come back. Lincoln Ware, 1230. The Buzz.
Looking for a podcast that delves into the intricacies of love and relationships? Look no further than Dear Future Wifey. Whether you're single or in a relationship, this podcast is the perfect place to engage in thoughtful discussions about relationships. Join us on a journey of exploration and recovery as we explore the world of love and discover the secrets to successful relationships. Tune in every week for new episodes on the Urban One Podcast Network. Go to urbanonepodcast.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Please join me for prayer. Thank you, dear God, for my life, my family, my community, and my friends. I seek forgiveness of any sins I may have committed, and I pray that I will not repeat bad decisions. I pray today for others, including myself, for all of us in need of your mercy and grace. Although we may not know what our future holds, we accept your guidance and direction as we acknowledge that you are in total control of our destiny. We surrender all stress and doubts, all anxiety and worries, all misbeliefs and misinformation, all anger and hatred, all fears and trepidations, as well as all challenges and victories to your divine wisdom and infinite power. Please order my steps according to thy will and nestle my faith in your bosom for my ultimate protection from those who wish me ill. I love you, dear God, and I praise thy holy name. Hallelujah and amen.
Come vibe with us at Paycor Stadium, the 2026 Cincinnati Music Festival, presented by P&G. July 23rd, 24th, and 25th is going to be lit. Friday, July 24th, we've got Charlie Wilson, 803 Fresh, Lettucey, Tyrese, and Nelly. Come back Saturday, July 25th for Mary J. Blige, Heatwave, Dougie Fresh, SWV, and Trey Songz. Tickets on sale now through Ticketmaster. For more info, visit CincyMusicFestival.com. Saturday, July 25th, help us make history again at the Cincinnati Black Music.
I thought it was supposed to follow me. What's going on with Caitlin Clark? Well, the one girl tried to strangle her on the court and step on her. You know, they're beating her up. When have we ever loved Megyn Kelly when she bashed Trump? I didn't really care too much for her then. Well, they had something happened down there Saturday night at Memories. I don't know what happened, but there were tons of cop cars. Yeah. Another same person? Oh, boy. You didn't hear, you heard the door closing. Or maybe the chair moving.
Was that your attempt to get the cameras moving?
Yeah, I thought so, but they didn't move.
Oh.
They're supposed to move. Like, I thought you'd do this.
It depends
on
on
okay, there. And it's supposed to move.
It depends on your dancing skills.
It's supposed to move with me.
If you don't have the dancing skills, it's not going to pick you up.
Okay, it's moving. Yeah, it's moving. Okay.
More drugs, and you wouldn't be able to see it, taste it, or smell it. Learn more at cdc.gov/stop-overdose.
1230 The Buzz. Streaming live on your computer. Log on to thebuzzcincy.com.
1230 WDBZ, the Buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station. It's Lincoln Ware. It's Monday. Yes. And I was just testing out the new camera. It will follow me around the room. How about that? I like that. It follows me. Yeah, I can move around and it'll follow me around. How about that? Without the aid of somebody following me, this is AI, the new camera AI. You don't need a person. It does what a person would do. Unbelievable. Okay. All right. 513-749-1230. Let's go downtown to the Crime Stopper headquarters and check in with Detective Tiffany Green. And you worked the parade this weekend, didn't you?
I did. I had it on Saturday.
Yes, yes. Okay. How was it?
It was a good time.
Okay.
It was uneventful. The weather held out, so no complaints.
Okay. That's good. No complaints. Yeah, the weather did. I thought it was going to rain on them, but no, it didn't. But it was some sights in that parade, let me tell you.
Oh, okay. And see, I wasn't actually on the parade route, so I didn't get to see it.
Oh, boy, it was some sights there. I saw the news, and then there was an overflow on Sunday from people who were still in town on Sunday. And, it was something else. Who are we looking for today?
Cincinnati Police District 3 is looking for Dominique Duncan. Mr. Duncan is wanted for felonious assault and misdemeanor assault. On June 27th of 2026, during a physical altercation, Mr. Duncan struck the victim in the head with a brick, causing serious physical injury to the victim. Dominique Duncan is a black male. He's 44 years old. He's 6'1" and 185 pounds. Dominique Duncan has no known criminal history and was last known to live on West 8th Street and Price Hill. Ira Williams is wanted by the Ohio Adult Parole Authority for a felony parole violation. Mr. Williams was originally charged with flight to avoid prosecution. Ira Williams is a male white. He's 60 years old. He's 6'1" and 196 pounds. Ira Williams has a criminal history of assault, resisting arrest, and was last known to live in Oberlin, Ohio. Listeners, if anyone has information on where police can find Dominique Duncan or Ira Williams, please call Crime Stoppers at 513-352-3040 or submit a tip online at crime-stoppers.us.
All right, 352-3040, night or day. There's always cash money for your clues. And they caught the guy they were looking for on Friday with the who did the shooting up there in College Hill, North College Hill. They caught him. Yeah. Unbelievable. Was that a Crime Stopper tip, or did he turn himself in? Do you know?
I'm not too sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I have to research it.
All right. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Talk to you tomorrow. You have a good one.
All right. That's Detective Tiffany Green on the scene on a Monday morning. All right. 513-749-1230. I tell you what, we're going to just go ahead and take a break now, and then we'll come back and go to the phones. 513-749-1230. If you want to jump on board, you can do that. We got a lot going on out there. The Trump is talking about blowing Iran off the map again. Come on, that stuff gets old. When you first said it, people were like, whoa. You've said it 50 times and it hasn't happened. Stop saying it. We're not buying that crap. Oh, boy. Let's take a break. 1230, The Buzz.
1230 The Buzz wants you to buy Black 513. Black Americans have over $1 trillion in spending.
What's up, James Muhammad? Assalamu alaikum, my brother. Don't let the camera follow to the wrong place. Tiffany Green wasn't much for conversation today. Oh, boy. Now that AI camera is doing its own thing. Now, I stopped it. It was going crazy for a minute. It was until I stopped it. Yes. Oh, boy. Thanks for playing the choking kind. Oh, yeah. I played Joe Simon. Doom, 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 doom. What's up, Leela? What's up, D-Goss? White line, I'm good. I just see the way you and your people move. To me, you're all suspected white supremacists. Well, we'll see what happens when guests come in. We'll see how it works. With Joe Simon. Yes, Joe Simon, that was on point. Yeah, everybody's choking nowadays. Clifford said he had a good walk Saturday. That's the same kind of camera I have on my truck, in my truck. Okay. I know some, and I got to put those requests up earlier in the hour because I had some in there and they didn't make it to the air. So I'm going to have to play them for you next week. Yes, let's see how my head looks with this new camera. See how it shows my head. I don't know. Let me check it out. It's not as shiny, which is good. I like that. Woo! Yes, I did. I mentioned Khadijah Farrakhan passing. You miss a minute of the Lincoln Ware Show, you miss a lot. As long as you play Bill and Chico's songs. Yes, I did. I played Chico's song and I played Bill's song. Oh, boy. Dang, everybody, I mentioned Farrakhan's wife. I mentioned that. Everybody's saying it. When y'all tune in late, you got to tune in at 10 because I run through the headlines and you got to tune in the first 15 minutes. 1230 WDBZ, the Buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station. And I mentioned earlier, Mother Khadijah Farrakhan, wife of Minister Louis Farrakhan, is dead at the age of 90. They were married 72 years. I can't believe it. 72 years. That's a long time. That's a long time. 72 years they were married. All right. 513-749-1230. Now this camera is going crazy. It's zooming in on me.
I just looked at the screen.
What's going on? Jeez. Go back.
What
Go
are
back.
you doing?
This AI, I don't know what this AI is doing. But
you take your hat off and all hell breaks loose.
I don't know what happened that made it zoom in. I'm supposed to put my hand up if I want it to follow me. How do you get it to stop following you? I know what you do. I got to talk to the engineer. What do you do when it goes crazy like this?
I'll go grab him.
Unbelievable. 72 years of marriage, that's almost unheard of. You're absolutely right. Normally, one of the people don't live that long. One of them don't live that long. Yeah, this thing needs to back off. Back it off there, engineer. I don't know what. Yes. I knew it followed you, but I didn't know it zoomed in on you. Jeez. I'm looking like Twin was looking on Hot Mike. Yes. There we go. Now we got some control of it. Lincoln has some smooth skin. Oh, yeah. All right. 513-749-1230. Let's go to the phones. Let's go to Al. Al, how are you today?
Respect, love, and blessings, Lincoln. Hey, just real quick, it is a sad thing, Farrakhan losing his wife.
Yes.
But it is a testimony to love.
Yes.
And to black love.
Yes.
And I don't know if you saw the BET Awards last night, but something that I did observe while watching it briefly, that our women were covered up. They were more covered up than usual.
When?
Last night on the award show.
Oh, okay. I just caught bits and pieces of it. I didn't notice that, but they were. Maybe they sent out a memo and told them to cover up a little bit. I don't know.
And that's a beautiful thing, because that's how we gain more respect for the black community, by starting with our women.
Yes.
And when our women do it, our men follow suit. Unfortunately, it's like that, but it's a beautiful thing. And I just wanted to point that out, that, it is a beautiful thing. And I hope that the women who did watch the award show did see themselves and see the fact that they have style and they have fashion and they don't have to go with the status quo. They can be themselves, in their own spirit.
Yes. I hear you. And like I said, I have to go back and watch it, but normally they have everything hanging out on the BET Awards.
Yeah, that's true. And they gave a award to Lauryn Hill, and which is much deserved. But those artists that pay tribute to her, they gave her a lot of respect.
Yeah, they did.
And how they were dressed, and how they, performed her songs. And that means a lot. That means a lot, because it says that our black women are, taking more respect and listening to the black men who are telling them that they don't have to do that to get their attention.
Yes.
You get our attention better if you have more.
And if they read Deuteronomy 28, they'll see that in there.
And you are so right, because it's just the respecting. It's just the respecting of oneself under the Creator of all things, on how He created you from the beginning. Okay. You don't have to assimilate the things that you so-called like. That's not in your nature.
Yes.
If it's not in your nature, it's not your lane. So it's best to stay out of it and admire it, love it from afar.
All right. Hey, thanks for your call, Al.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Respect.
All right. That's a big Al. And says the women were covered up on the BET Awards. And he said that's good. People will respect them more. I was at the mall. I went to Kenwood Mall Saturday, and there were two girls in there with a puppy, walking around the mall with a puppy. And the one girl had the nerve to have a bonnet on. And I was like, come on. Yeah, come on. First of all, why you got a puppy walking around Kenwood Mall? I don't think you need to bring your dogs to Kenwood. It wasn't a service dog by any means. Either one of them stay at home with the dog, or put him in a little pen and, put him in a cage and leave the house. Don't bring your puppy to Kenwood. Puppy's pee an awful lot. So he's going to be stopping peeing all over the place. Oh, boy. I tell you. And then the bonnet. I'm like, come on. You know how I feel about women wearing bonnets out in public. Oh, boy. I tell you. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I even took a picture of them, too. Yes. I'll show the YouTube folks on the break. I didn't want them to see me taking it, so it's not the best picture. I didn't want them to see what's this pervert taking our picture for. So I tried to do it on the slide, and I didn't get a great picture, but still, come on, no bonnets, please, at the mall. No bonnets. Come on, folks. Come on. All right. Lincoln, you should have said something to them. I wasn't. No, one of them was a kind of big girl. I ain't about ready to tangle with no big girl at the mall. One thing we know, she couldn't pull my hair. You know how these girls fight now. They pull hair. Yes. Yes. And but no, I didn't say anything. I just looked and I'm like, Lord have mercy. My people. My people. My people. They had the double Dutch. They had a double Dutch tournament here at Princeton on Friday, and they had people from everywhere. I mean, it was thousands of people in there. And then Cherie Palello showed some video of when they came to town a few years ago, and she was out there double Dutching, and Ashley Kirkland was out there doing the double Dutch, and they actually did pretty good. I was shocked. I figured Cherie, she's a former cheerleader, I think, so I figured she could do it, and she works out big time. You see the muscles on her legs? Gee, but I was shocked. Ashley Kirkland did a pretty good job. Yeah. She'll be in here, I think, next week, and we'll talk to her about her double Dutching skills. Her double Dutch skills.
Are you going to have her jumping rope in here, Mr. Ware?
I don't think we couldn't do it in this room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You can just have her jump up and down.
Okay, I'll just have her jump. All right. Unbelievable. Let's move along. Looks like Bill is up. Bill, how are you today?
I'm great. I heard my song yesterday.
Well, I'm glad you did.
Sunday Soul Classic was another knockout. Yeah. I mean, you gave us a double dose of the Commodores.
I know it. See, I played, what did I play by the Commodores?
Lady, You Bring Me Up.
You Bring Me Up. And then I had your request. I said, oh, man, that's so quick following the Commodores. Then I got another Commodore song, but I just let it roll. Since it was you, Bill, I just let Fancy Dancer come on in there.
Fancy Dancer was the follow-up to the 300-pound gorilla that they had afterwards, Brick House.
Yes.
And I tell you, the Fancy Dancer 12-inch, oh, man, that is a stalker. I got the vinyl 12-inch.
Oh, man, I bet it sounds good, man.
Yes, it does, and I keep my albums in good shape. Mm-hmm. Once again, I want to congratulate Midnight Star on 50 years of excellent entertainment.
Oh, yeah.
And I also want to congratulate WCIN.
Yes.
My longtime radio station that I listened to ever since I was a kid. In the summer of 1977, I met a cocky young disc jockey named Lincoln Ware. He was back there in the back. With his girlfriend. He was eating a Pasquale's hoagie.
77. I hope that girlfriend was Sharon Ware.
I don't know. It wasn't none of my business.
If it was 77, anyway, we weren't married then, but she was my girlfriend.
Yeah, but anyway, you shooed us out. You told us, okay, look, I'm busy, so... on the way out, we stopped at a French Barrel dairy company next door, and he gave us a pint of fruit punch.
All right.
Oh, boy, I remember it like it was yesterday. It was Wednesday.
Bill, you have a photographic memory.
Yes, I do. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was a Wednesday.
All right.
You commented about Lionel Richie.
Yes. Yes, I did.
Yeah, he's 77 years old. I hope he takes care of himself.
Yes.
And like I said, man, congratulations on you, Mr. Ware. And I'm going to take a bow myself because I listen to the radio station.
I said
I
you
met
do.
a disc jockey named Everett Court,
Yes.
who I became friends with.
Yes.
I used to go get chicken and bring it, and we would eat chicken and talk in the studio and everything. He introduced me to a group called The Deal.
Yes.
And I just remember all these good memories about WCIN.
All right.
So,
well, Bill, maybe you'll be at the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame on July 25th at the Andrew Brady Music Center.
you better know it.
All
I
right.
will. I guarantee you.
Okay.
I'll come up to you and I'll shake your hand, okay?
Now, fist bump. How about fist bump?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you fist. I done gotten used to that, so
Okay.
I give fist out, too.
Okay.
So,
All right.
Terrence, keep that music popping, bruh.
Thanks
Bye.
for your call. Thanks for your call. Okay. Unbelievable. What restaurant did he say he saw me at with my girlfriend in 77?
He said, I thought he said he saw you at the radio station with the girlfriend in the back. You were in the back.
I think it was at a
He
restaurant.
said he went to a restaurant after.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Or you were eating a sandwich from Pasquale's or
right,
something
right.
like that.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was at Pasquale's or something. I don't know. But anyway, it was Sharon Ware. If it was 1977, it was Sharon Ware. Yes. All right. 513-749-1230. Let's take a break. And this thing has zoomed in on me again. What am I doing to make it zoom in like that?
Okay, he says when you activate the motion with your hand, that's when it starts.
Now, how
in
do you
order to
stop it?
you have to deactivate it by using the same motion with your hand.
Oh, okay. So when it zooms back out, I'll do that again. I'll stop it. Okay. Let's take a break. We'll come back. The Lincoln Ware Show, 1230. The Buzz.
Every weekday, 1230 The Buzz has you covered. Let's go! With new entertainment and information. Starting at 6 a.m.
Okay. I think I deactivated it. I put my hand up. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right. Okay. It's blue now.
It's still tracking it.
Okay, so
You
okay.
need to hold your hand up like that and look at it.
Okay, I'm looking. Now it's blinking. Now it's green.
Okay, now stop.
Oh, it went blue before I could stop. Okay. Okay, blinking green. Okay, now stopped. Okay. 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 All right. Oh, boy. This technology, I tell you. Unbelievable. Bill sounds like he had a lonely childhood. Oh, jeez. French Bauer Dairy wasn't next door to CIN. They were up the hill behind the radio station. Well, that's what he meant. I mean, you could say it was next door. Okay, so I know how to fix it now. When it's blue, it's still activated and it'll follow me. It'll zoom in. When it's green, that means it's stationary and it's stopped. So I'm good to go now. It should not zoom in anymore unless I activate it again, which I will not. No, I'm not. That'll activate the camera. Brent Beard trying to start some trouble. Supreme Court says mail-in ballots received after Election Day will count.
Prescriptions online, be sure to use VIPS accredited pharmacies. Learn more at awarerx.org, a public service from the National Association of Boards of Pharmacy Foundation.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of Urban One Incorporated, Radio One, or any of its subsidiary companies.
Right now, I'm walking around the house with nothing on but the Lincoln Ware Show.
.30 WDBZ. We are the Buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station, Lincoln Ware on a Monday. And as the week goes by, it's going to get warmer and warmer. It's going to feel like triple digits. Terrence Howard, how will you walk in that hoodie down the street after you leave the station?
The hoodie stays at the station, Mr.
Okay,
Ware.
okay. I was going to say, you'll pass out.
Yeah, I looked at my phone this morning and I saw the temperatures were going to be kind of warm. So I'm wearing a T-shirt, a short sleeve T-shirt.
Okay, okay.
Yes, sir.
But you have to wear that hoodie in here because it gets awfully cold.
Well, for me anyway.
Yeah, it's kind of cool over here. You know, reminds me of being at home freezing because Sharon's always hot. Yes, no pun intended. All right, let's move along. 513-749-1230. Let's go to the Pharaoh. Pharaoh, then Vernon and Ponytail Wells. Pharaoh, how you doing?
I'm all right, Lincoln. I wanted to just briefly mention a few things.
Yes.
Speaking about Trump and what the Supreme Court decided, to deport these Syrians and Haitians. It's one of them situations, but, all it really boils down to is that Trump wants to keep whites in the majority in America.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Yeah.
See, you skip around and use all these other facades and this, that, and the other and these people, but it all boils down to is trying to keep a white majority in America.
I mean, you're sentencing. I mean, these people are here doing the right thing. They're not eating dogs and cats. They're working the jobs. They have families. They're sending their family to school. They're paying taxes. They're doing everything they're supposed to do. But the only problem, their skin is black.
The other thing, Lincoln, that I wanted to briefly mention, is about what Blade said about me Friday.
What did he say?
Pharaoh, he don't go anywhere. What do he do? He don't do nothing. He don't go. Let me tell you some of the places I've been, Lincoln.
Yes.
I've been in Rochester, New York. I've been in Chicago. I've been in Miami, Florida. I've been in Freeport and Nassau, Bahamas. I've been in Dallas, Texas. I stood right there where they had the eternal flame of where President Kennedy got shot and killed.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in Las Vegas. I've been in Sonora, Nogales, Mexico. I've been in Los Angeles, California. Like I said, I've been in Las Vegas. I've been in Tucson, Arizona. So I haven't, but you ain't never been to Africa. I haven't been to Africa because I never wanted to go. Because I told you, to me, Africa is nothing but an extension of America. So I might as well stay right here, and I can go down.
I don't know. I don't know whether it's an extension of America. It's totally different.
It is.
It's totally
so
different.
it's not because I can't go. I don't want to go.
Why not, Pharaoh?
And I just explained why.
Yeah, I'm
The
telling
bottom
you,
line,
it is
Lincoln,
not an extension of America.
And anyway, the bottom line, the last thing I wanted to say is that this whole thing about you DJing and me DJing and TC DJing, you know, Lincoln, I look at it like this. You can say anything you want to say. TC can say anything they want to say. But you and TC, both of you all had been on the radio for years. You had radio experience and your name out there backing you all before you started DJing.
Yes, yes.
I came from out of the blue. Nobody never even heard of me, and I had standing room.
You came up from the bowels of the earth.
Only.
Yes, yes.
And nobody ever even heard of me. But you had been on the radio 10, 12, 15 years. You had a name already.
Well, I don't think I had been on that long when you were at Skipper's. I don't know. Maybe
I ain't talking about. I had them standing room only before Skipper's, Lincoln.
Okay. All right.
But I'm saying, when did you start DJing?
On the radio?
I know you started, you say, on 73, DJing on radio.
I think
but
probably
in
74
clubs or wherever.
74. I started
74.
in.
See,
Yeah.
but look at that. You already had a name.
Yeah.
You already had a name. Lincoln Ware on radio. He's going to be DJing in this club. Okay. People already heard of you. But I came from nowhere. TC was on WCIN. He had a name before he started doing anything. But I come from out of nowhere. Nobody had ever heard my name. And I had standing room only in every place I ever DJ'd. And a line of people standing outside still trying to get in. And I'm playing oldie but goodie music.
All right. Pharaoh, I got to let you go. I don't want you to break your arm while you pat yourself on the back.
When you going to have me in?
I'll let you know, Pharaoh. Thanks
You've
for your
been telling
call.
me that, Lincoln Foot.
Thanks for
How
your
long
call.
now?
I don't know. Not long. You've been in, Pharaoh. You were here. You were here back in February.
Ago?
February you were here.
Lincoln, I was there 13 months ago.
Oh, was it that long? Okay.
I was there 13 months ago.
All right. We'll see, Pharaoh. I got to run.
All right, Lincoln.
Thanks for your call. Okay. 513-749-1230. Lincoln Ware with you. And playing to standing room only crowds. He came out of nowhere. I already had a name. But Pharaoh came from the bowels of the earth to move up to standing room only. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right. I told you that I went to see Amy Acton yesterday over at Gwen McFarland's house out in Forest Park. And I like Amy Acton. I'm okay with her now. You know, before I met her, I was like, you know, I don't know about her. I don't know. But after meeting her, talking to her, yeah, she's okay. She gets the Lincoln Ware stamp of approval. Yes. I saw John Cranley, believe it or not, and David Pepper also. David Pepper was there. John Cranley. Remember John Cranley's little kid he had on the commercials years ago? Little kid throwing a ball or doing something in the backyard on one of his commercials. This kid is like almost 6 feet tall now. Jeez. I'm like, is this the same kid? Yeah, unbelievable. And I think he's working for Mika Owens now, working in her office. How about that? I think maybe he's interning in there. I'm not sure. But I saw Mika Owens at the Drifters event. She was there. Had her pink on. Then I saw her Sunday morning. Had her pink on. She got a pink out. She had all pink on Sunday morning. She had the pink top and bottoms on. You know, she was Miss Pink all the way. I tell you. All right. 513-749-1230. Let's take a quick break, and then we'll come back. Vernon, Ponytail Wells, and others. It's Lincoln Ware on a Monday. And it's going to get hot this week, folks, so get ready for that. Get ready for some hot weather on the way. Let's take a break. 1230, The Buzz.
1230 AM, WDBZ, Cincinnati, an Urban One station. Listen online on thebuzzcincy.com. We are 1230 The Buzz, the home of the Lincoln Ware Show.
In the latest news, bond is being set at $3 million for a defendant charged in a deadly shooting at North College Hill. 2 people were found shot inside a vehicle on Carpenter Drive. 1 victim died at the scene while the other survived. 43-year-old Ricky Orlando Lee faces charges including murder and felonious assault. A Mount Airy apartment complex was the scene of a shooting incident that happened on Saturday night. 2 people were hit by gunfire at a complex on High Forest Lane. As of right now, there has been no word on their condition. Cincinnati police are investigating a Sunday night shooting. Police dispatched to the city's CUF neighborhood found someone shot near Halston and Codman Streets at around 6:15 p.m. The victim was last reported to be hospitalized with critical injuries. And 1 person is dead and 2 others are injured after a Saturday night shooting in Cheviot. The incident happened shortly before 6 p.m. at a location on Glenmore Avenue. No arrests have been made. That's your news. I'm Adam Zellick on 1230 The Buzz.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of Urban One Incorporated, Radio One, or any of its subsidiary companies.
You have an opinion. You've got something to say.
And that's the reason why we're here today.
1230 AM The Buzz, your talk station.
Right now, I'm walking around the house with nothing on but the Lincoln Ware Show.
1230 WDBZ. Somebody said that was Lakita Cole. That is not Lakita Cole.
If I remember correctly, Mr. Ware, she did one back in the day, years ago.
Man, had to be a lot of years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. But that is not Lakita Cole. No, that's not Lakita. But maybe somebody could be walking around the Pharaoh's house with nothing on but the Lincoln Ware Show. You know, he's always competing with me for something. You know, he had standing room only at the clubs. All right, Pharaoh. All right, 513-749-1230. Lincoln Ware with you. And let's go to Vernon. Vernon, what's cooking today? How you doing?
What's going on, brother? Can you hear me okay?
I hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. I was kind of interested to hear Pharaoh say that. What's the point of if Africa is just an extension of America? What's the point of learning about Africa?
Right. It's more than an extension of America. Trust me. Yeah. It is not an extension of America. I don't know.
Ain't that kind of what I said a couple weeks ago? But that's okay. Out of respect, leave the old cat alone. It goes to show once again how white people are such hypocrites, racists, and bullies. I ran Springfield as a route when I worked at this other company. And I saw Springfield go from a nice little town with a whole bunch of, little sandwich shops and coffee shops. Meth went through that town and just wiped it out.
Mm-hmm.
They brought those Haitians to that town.
Yeah.
That's the thing that just blows my mind about it, and they know they did. They put them in those jobs that nobody wants to do. It's like 3 major companies in Springfield. The company that delivers Audis, their warehouse is up there. Gordon Food Service is up there, and there's another company. It's like 4 or 5 major jobs. No one's working there mainly but Haitians in the entire town.
Mm-hmm.
And then they want to say, oh, go back. They're doing what they should be doing.
Yeah, right. Right.
You know, and it literally went from a bunch of restaurants that I delivered after the hospital to basically going from the hospital to a Meals on Wheels place where they gave away charity food because the entire town was literally wiped out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and to hear them say that, you know, luckily DeWine has some common sense because you're also going to destroy the tax base because no one, you know, they're paying the taxes up there. You know, you take away the jobs, and you got companies that are going to go out of business.
Yep.
Because those are the main people who are working, and a lot of them aren't working for union wages or whatever the case may be. And if you start talking that crap, then you'll see a company pack up and just go somewhere else. So it's like, they don't know what they're talking about, but since they're a different color than us, then let's get them out of here.
And they might as well execute those people instead of sending them back, because when they get back to Haiti, first of all, they don't have anywhere to live. The gangs are controlling Haiti. You know, they come there dressed nice. You know, they go get in. There's no telling what's going to happen to them.
Yeah, and I wonder, because, you know, I don't know. I'm like a lot of people that call your show, I don't mind not knowing something. What are they actually over there fighting for? Is it drugs?
I don't know.
I
don't understand Haiti. I tell you, I don't understand what the deal. Okay, you're a gang. You're going to take over the city. You're not going to get any money coming in there. What are you going to do? I just don't understand.
Yeah, so, but another thing, we were watching really this weekend was like the beginning of the end of this orange jackass's presidency. That garbage, trashy, whatever you want to call it, party he threw on Fair, or whatever the hell they call that, was just ridiculous. No one showed up to that over the weekend. And they got all kinds of pictures of how it was emptied and all the murals he built to his own self.
Mm-hmm.
And they're finally starting to talk about something I said when they were having the debate. Who is the little light-skinned girl that's always around him? Now she's the writing queen or something like that.
Yeah, she was with him this weekend at the at the golf at this golf place. They say she's obsessed with him or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
what's going on with that?
Something going on with that.
Yeah.
But even her own family is saying it is creepy for an 80-year-old man to be hanging around a 31-year-old, 32-year-old woman, all in the middle of the night. She's the person who's like, when he's tweeting, she's telling him what to tweet. She's helping him with the phone and all this stuff, all hours of the night. She's always with that man. That's weird. And I would not be surprised if that's somebody he's, been messing around. Because she's been around since the debate.
Yeah.
She was the one sitting right next to him with when they had the debate. And even when he was calling Madam Vice President, she crazy? And she must be crazy. Yeah, look at her. She's crazy. She was right there. So this is all getting ready to unfold. But the last thing I'm going to tell you is that camera, when it just went bananas on you, it's probably trying to lock on to you.
Well, no, that was human error. You have to hold your hand up to either activate it or deactivate it. And when the light was on blue, which means it wasn't deactivated, and then it's got to be on green to be stationary, and I didn't have it on green. So now the engineer, I don't know if he ever told me that. If he did, I didn't remember.
The AI camera, I got one of our AI trucks today. Right now I'm looking straight ahead. I'm sitting still. It's looking right at me.
Yeah.
If I turn my head to the left, that green light will go to the left. Yeah. If I go to the right, it goes there. Wherever I go, it goes. But if it can't lock on to my eyes, it just kind of flutters back and forth. What a lot of guys do, they just put the sun visor down.
Yes.
Then they get in trouble because it needs to be recording. Then it sends a message saying it's not recording. So, yeah. Okay, brother, will you stay cool this weekend?
Well, we'll see what happens with those Haitians. I hope they don't kick them out of the country. Mike DeWine might be able to talk some sense into Donald Trump. We'll see. Mike DeWine is trying to get him to, let him stay here, but we'll see.
Yeah, and they just leave people alone. Yeah, and then, that's the thing. I don't understand. You said you're going after the criminals. You going after Haitians, roofers, electricians, and a lot of Haitians up there in Michigan voted for him too.
Well, to Donald Trump, blacks are criminals. So if you're black, you're automatically a criminal.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right, brother. I'll talk to you later.
Hey, thanks for your call, Vernon. All right, let's move along. 513-749-1230. Ponytail Wells, how are you today?
I'm good. Why do you think African Americans suffer?
Why? Well, many people have many different reasons. If you're a God-fearing, Bible-toting Christian, a lot of people say we disobeyed God and this is punishment.
Okay, well, look, this is why I do what I do. All right, I just heard...
Which is what?
Mr. Burke, who I respect. Is that Vernon that was just speaking of Ray?
Vernon.
Okay, so I hear Mr. Ware, he's 70+. I know Burke is 70+. I don't know Vernon's age.
Vernon's probably early 60s, maybe. Late 50s, early 60s.
I'm early 60s. What's going on with individuals who are senior citizens, African-American males, having a kind of conversation about public policy and culture is ridiculous because their children, the community's listening. Now, if you would like to have a conversation, Burke or Vernon or even you, Mr. Ware, you cannot mislead and misinform and think your children are going to have what they need to operate functionally. I'm a teacher, so when you're saying they're doing this in Lincoln, it's just not so. I have to argue with ELL teachers who are trying to force students to stay in their Spanish-speaking lane and not learn. And we argue about that student is here to learn English, not to come to this.
What teacher is trying to keep a Hispanic kid from learning English? Are you kidding me?
Listen to me. You're not alike. Pharaoh used to be. You're not in the classroom like I'm in the class. I know what goes on.
What classroom are you in? What do you?
Wait.
Are we even talking about in the tri-state area? Where are you at now? We don't know where you live.
Look here. I'm a consultant, subject matter expert. Let's clear some things up. Something that's been hanging around for a while has been missing, and I'm going to respond to what Vernon said and Burke and yourself. So last month, Burke and Smith tried to spin. I'm going to show you about misinformation, and then you asked about Memorial Day, and KZ called in. Well, black soldiers started Memorial Day, and we should blah blah blah. And Burke said, yeah, maybe we could. Let's clear that one up for one. African American soldiers did not start Memorial Day, Lincoln. It did not happen that way. They weren't even citizens. They were soldiers. Those are African American participants who were not even citizens till later that year when they went and recovered those bodies from that mass grave that the Confederate soldiers had captured those guys and brought them back. Do you think somebody did not command them and let them do that? He said, I'm going to my brothers. They were allowed to do that. They weren't citizens yet. They weren't citizens till later that year. That incident happened in May of 1865. They became citizens in December 1965. And Burke should know better as a historian.
Well,
so we did not.
We know you know more than anybody else. You're a consultant.
Mr. Ware, hold on a second. Here's something quickly. Give me some time to rebut some of this foolishness. You said last week that the Iranians will not allow America and Trump to come in and inspect their nuclear facilities. Why did you say that?
Because they'll probably have some kind of fake facilities up somewhere, and the real stuff will be hidden away deep down underground, and it's just going to be for show.
Here's the point about why.
That's why I said.
Hold on a second, and I'm going to ask you about a question about Amy Acton. It's the International Atomic Energy Agency through the United Nations doing the inspection. The same one that inspects, just so you know, the UAE has had nuclear power over in Abu Dhabi. And Al Nahyan had KEPCO to build it. There's 4 nuclear reactors.
Well, it'll be the same. They're the same people Obama had over there. They're the same people Obama had inspecting.
No, sir. Obama, look, it's United Nations International Atomic Energy Agency. USA's not doing it. Well, how do you all misexplain? Here's another one that you misexplained. You said to Pharaoh, wait a second. You said to Pharaoh that the gay community, Pharaoh says, to learn behavior on sexuality. You said it's 5 or 10%. Listen to me. The group of people who want to interface with you, remember about 15 years ago when the gay community wanted to have status and take it to the people in Ohio and they couldn't get the numbers? Because they're only like 3 or 4% of the people, the population.
Yes, I remember.
Hold on a second. I went to the same meeting and said, if you guys get status, what will you contribute to everybody else who's not gay and make the argument that justifies why you should have enfranchisement? I said, because you're only 3% of the population. He says, what do you mean? I said, go look at it. This is a body of knowledge. For monozygotic twins, identical twins, the same sac, the ones that deviate, that are homosexual out of the womb, is no more than 3 out of 100. And that's the math.
Well, I'm not look, you got fuzzy math going on here, so I'm not going to listen to your math. But it is possible for twins to be born, one could be straight, the other could be gay. Now, that is not learned behavior.
Mr. Ware, listen to me. You're trying to run away from the science about we had a conversation.
Oh, I'm not trying to run away from it. Okay, get to Amy Acton, because I'm not going to talk to you. Get to Amy Acton, else I'm hanging up quickly.
Okay, look. Gwen McFarland has resigned from the Hamilton County Democratic Party chair.
But she's still very active. She's still very active in the Democratic Party.
A couple of questions. Was that a sanction? Was it an organized event or did you sign an NDA about not to talk about what you talk with her at a private residence? Because it wasn't in public.
Nobody signed an NDA. Nobody signed anything.
Let me tell you something. The reason why I do what I do, every day I get up, I get emails from DMs. I see Julia Louise-Dreyfus in my box begging for money for Sherrod Brown.
Okay.
I see Carole King. Wait a minute. I see Carole King begging for Sherrod Brown.
Okay.
I see John Legend begging because I give money to the Republicans. Now here's I do this because you all are ludicrous with your talking points. Lincoln, the TPS is a temporary status. You're not allowed to stay here. It's when people. I'm going to you guys.
You jump from one thing to another. You jump from Amy Acton to the Haitians in one breath. You're insane. You've been on too long anyway. Thanks for your call, Mr. Consultant. Wink, wink. Let's take a break. We'll come back. The Lincoln Ware Show, 1230, The Buzz.
Cincinnati. Want to stay plugged in with 1230 The Buzz and get the inside scoop?
Lincoln, will you please hang up on Curtis Wells? He's all over the map with his conversation, that's for sure. I'm getting tired of this dude. When Ponytail Well comes on, just let him talk. You can go to the restroom, get your tea, and stretch. Yeah. Oh, boy. He is crazy as hell. Nobody had to sign anything to be at it was just a rally at her house. Simple as that. Oh, my God. Sherrod Brown. Who was that? Flutes 8. Flutes B. No, Flutes 8. Says, I will be voting. Sherrod Brown is who I will be voting for, period. That's the only person you're going to vote for on the ballot? I hope not. There's judges and all kind of stuff, state representatives, the governor, and you're just going to vote for the U.S. Senate. Come on. Yeah, but I think she has outraised. Vivek, he's funding his own campaign, but she's raised more money than he has spent so far. Something like that. She's raised a lot of money, and she's got to continue to raise it because they're coming at her already. She hasn't even started spots on TV, and they're already coming at her big time, making her look like a wow woman. Have you seen those commercials? Jeez. She admitted drinking while taking drugs. Okay. They were prescription drugs, and she had a little bit of wine. That's drinking while taking drugs. If that's the case, I do the same thing. Jeez. Oh, jeez. Just add pepper. Remember those David Pepper ads? Just add pepper. Yeah. I hadn't seen David Pepper in a long time. And Ponytail Wells will vote for Ramaswamy. When the schools close down, who is he going to consult for? Yeah, I know. Amy Acton is ahead of him in the polls and everything. So hopefully they hold up Oh, I heard from Lil Scrappy. Wait till I come back on the air. Woo. Oh, boy. I heard from Little Scrappy. Somebody told him that I didn't know who the hell he was. Woo! I hear they had a big crowd at On Cincy Saturday. All righty.
If you need to talk about it, we're here. 1230 AM WDBZ, your talk station.
1230 WDBZ. Lincoln Ware with you Monday morning. And they had a nice turnout over at On Cincy over at the Cintas Center this past Saturday. And here, that place was packed with people. And you remember Lil Scrappy was there. I never heard of Lil Scrappy before Tierra Powell said, Lil Scrappy is coming. I'm like, okay, who the hell is Lil Scrappy? She was really excited about Lil Scrappy. So anyway, I guess she told Lil Scrappy, Lincoln Ware didn't know who you were. So Lil Scrappy sent me a message. Let's see.
All right, just because Tamiko texted me and said it, Lincoln said he didn't know who Scrappy was. So here's Scrappy saying, what's up? Yep, to Lincoln.
What's happening, Lincoln? What's going on with you, my guy?
Tell him he need to listen to your music.
You should have called me. Yeah, go and listen to the music, man. Money in the bank.
You should have Lincoln put him on the air.
Good people on both sides.
Okay, he said, go on and listen to the music. He said, go on. I don't know what Lil Scrappy sounds like. Anyway, he don't look like he's little either. You know what I mean? He looks like Big Scrappy now. I don't know. Whatever. There you go. Little Scrappy. And somebody said, everybody mentioned signing up because of you, Lincoln. Okay. All right. So I'm glad they had a good turnout. Well, when I said I knew, I was just joking when I said, I know Lil Scrappy, because I thought maybe I should have known him. And people would say, you don't know Lil Scrappy? But Terrence Howard knew I didn't know him.
I mean, to be honest, I barely know him. I only know him because they used to play him on the Wiz.
Yes.
But other than that, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with his music, but I wasn't a fan.
Yes.
Just, he's a little. I think he's younger than I am. So
okay.
Yeah.
All right. At least he's better than Little Murder on. What was the name of that the show? The strip show. Heck, I can't even think of the name of it.
I don't know, Lincoln.
Oh, man. I watch it all the time when it's on. The strip club down in Mississippi. Somebody has tell me on YouTube. But, yeah, it's better than being Little Murder on P-Valley. That's what I was looking for. P-Valley.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much. You never seen P-Valley?
I don't watch all these pervy shows you talk about, Mr. Ware.
Everybody watched P-Valley.
Even Jerica watches P-Valley?
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if Jerica watched P-Valley. I have to ask her if I don't think she's on there this morning. Yeah, she's there. She's there. P-Valley. Did you watch P-Valley, Jerica? Yeah, so we'll see. Let's go to Joe. Hey, Joe, how are you?
What's up, my buddy Lincoln?
What's going on, Joe?
Can you hear me loud and clear, Lincoln?
I hear you loud and clear.
Hey, Hey, big guy. Hey, Lincoln, I'm a fan of yours, buddy. You famous in the nasty natty, boy.
Oh boy, I tell you. Am I
Lincoln,
more,
you gotta give me your autograph, buddy.
am I more famous than the Pharaoh? Because he had standing room only at his
Hey,
club.
Lincoln, I want to talk about how about my Seahawks winning the Super Bowl. How about that, Lincoln? I'm rocking that gear right now, Lincoln.
Say what now?
I'm rocking the Seattle winning the Super Bowl. How you like that, Lincoln?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
They won it though, Lincoln. They pulled it out.
Yeah, but I don't think they'll win.
You don't think they're gonna
next
repeat
year.
it? They'll repeat it. They'll repeat it.
We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. Hey, Lincoln, you used to give me gym shoes at Ben's Department Store, man. You remember back when you worked for WDBZ-AM?
Well, maybe you won some gym shoes.
Yeah, from Ben's Department
Yeah,
Store.
I used to give away Converse All-Stars.
That's what I used to wear. Converse All-Stars.
Chuck Taylor. They had to be the Chuck
I used to have every color you used to give me here, Lincoln.
Yes. All right.
Yeah, but hey, Lincoln, I'm still a big fan of yours, though, buddy.
But Joe, well, let's keep it that way, Joe.
All right. Hey, Lincoln, and one more thing.
Yeah.
You keep doing your thing, big guy.
All right, Joe.
All right, big guy.
All right, that's Joe wearing those Converse All-Stars and not Buddies. He's wearing Converse All-Stars from Ben's.
Hey, these buddies I'm wearing are pretty comfortable, Mr. Ware.
And yes, Jericho did watch P-Valley.
I saw that. I saw that. I've never watched P-Valley.
Oh, man.
Man. Even she crosses lines that I wouldn't. Isn't that something?
That's
Mr. Ware?
something else.
Yeah.
I'm telling
That's
you.
my best friend, though.
Let's go to my good friend Malcolm Timmons, who I saw out there to see Amy Acton yesterday.
Yes, Lincoln, that's what I was calling to let you know. First of all, I wanted to give kudos to Gwen McFarland. I mean, she had a nice turnout. It was excellent.
Yes.
But, Lincoln, you know, I had the same concerns that you had because I hadn't heard from her.
Yes.
But when I was listening to her yesterday, what impressed me most, she didn't have a script and she wasn't rambling.
Right.
And so I was like, okay, you know, I can really get behind it. I got me some yard signs and did the whole 9 too with that.
Yeah.
But I'm with you on this. You know, I really want to see her do this, and I think she really can because, like I said, she wasn't rambling yesterday.
No.
I mean, she had a nice flow, and I said, okay, I like this. So I'm going with it too.
All right. And I got a chance to talk to her people, and she's going to get on the show, so we'll work that out. So watch for Amy Acton to come on soon.
Okay. Also, Lincoln, I'm going to reach out to you when you get off the air, okay? I got something I want to run by you.
All righty. We'll talk to you.
Thanks, Lincoln.
All right,
Okay.
that's Malcolm Timmons, the brother of Alanis Timmons. Yes. All right, let's go to Joyce.
Hey, Lincoln, how are you doing?
How you doing, Joyce? What's going on?
Good. It was good to get behind Ponytail because I'm just wondering, does he still have one string of hair with the pony, okay?
Right.
But anyway, he lies as usual. He gaslights.
Yes.
He is a cult follower of Donald Trump,
Yep.
his lying leader. He says that the people who are inspecting the bomb or the nuclear weaponry is not the same people who Obama had. He is trying to renegotiate a deal because Barack Hussein Obama already had this deal.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, Donald Trump wants to say, who can negotiate better than me? I will get the best negotiation. So Ponytail, you're listening, but he didn't get it. And everybody knows it. Every newscaster, every pundit knows that Donald Trump has now gotten the worst deal with Iran. Iran was never even blocking the Strait of Hormuz until Donald Trump attacked it, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's right. He doesn't attack. They weren't doing anything with that. They were letting people go.
Yep, they were.
Go freely through that strait with any products they needed to go through. But Donald Trump attacked Iran, listening to Netanyahu.
Yep.
And then it's
Netanyahu
all
is the cause of
falling
all this
apart.
stuff. It's Netanyahu's fault. This whole Iranian war stuff,
Well, we can't say
Netanyahu.
that. It is Donald Trump's fault too.
Well,
because
yeah,
Donald
I mean,
Trump
he
wants
fell
to
right
aid-
into the into it because of Netanyahu.
Yeah, because Netanyahu told him he was dashing and handsome, just like Nicki Minaj, and so then he fell into it as usual. All he had to do was tell Donald he's handsome because he seems to be a little on the gayish side or whatever he is because he wants other men to flatter him, and then he does what they want him to do. So, Ponytail, you're lying. And they have the same commission that was checking for the nuclear material then that they have now, and it's going to continue. But Donald has the worst deal because he's not giving them only the money that we had secured, but he's giving them our money to rebuild Iran after he bombed it and tore it up. So Ponytail explained that he can never have a debate with anyone, Lincoln, because he knows everything he's saying is incorrect.
Yes.
And then he talks about who's going into his mailbox and soliciting for funds.
I know. And, of course, they're all Republicans that he's talking about. And he never gives money to Democrats. It's all Republicans.
He's never given money, and they're not going to be sending him any emails for any money because they know that he's going to only give it to the people he wants to. And the people he wants to give it to are the people who, A, have given this president power, and the Congress and the Senate have gone along with everything Donald has said. They've had a report on TV. I know a lot of people may not know who Patrick Henry is, but he even knew when the Continental Congress came up with this Declaration of Independence. He said, don't do it yet. Don't solidify that yet because we need to know something more about this president. Yes. And they were like, it'll be good. He said, if we have a good president who wants to uphold the Constitution, it may be good, but we will get a criminal president, and that's Donald Trump, who won't hold up anything. He wants to be a monarchy, and the king, that's what they got away from. But Curtis, Ponytail Wells, and Doubler, and all the rest of you all people who are cult followers drinking the Kool-Aid of Donald Trump, history would tell itself. History has already told us Donald's the worst president in history. He's the most illegal president in history. He's the most criminal-minded president in history. He's a pedophile in history. It's all going down, and they won't be able to defend it much longer. Thank you.
And the Republicans are slowly but surely starting to turn against him. So
very slowly but surely because they know the reign is over. His 80-year-old reign and what he's been talking about is feeble-minded, ignorant, and the people, the public, are suffering. Health care, groceries, the gas, it still hasn't gone down. Lincoln, has there any of it? No.
Just a little bit, not much.
Just a drop, no, but it went back up again. So, but the little bit is still not where it was when Sleepy Joe was the president. It was much better.
Thanks for your call, Joyce. All right, that's Loud Voice Joyce laying it out about Donald Trump and people like the Doubler twin, Too Sweet, Ponytail Wells, Ron Dula. Did I leave anybody out? LG. Did I leave anybody out? We know who they are. They know who they are. Let's take a break. 12:30, The Buzz.
Bringing you the stories that go beyond the headlines. The Tavis Smiley Show.
I mean, we couldn't have an Around the Town magazine nowadays. Not enough black businesses to keep it going. you know. Oh man, there were so many businesses back then. Gas stations, cleaners, everything.
improving, what a way to live, and what a gift it is to give. Find your why and get involved today at ymca.org for a better us.
1230 The Buzz, your talk station.
1230 WDBZ, the Buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station. It's Lincoln Ware till 1 o'clock this afternoon. Coming up at 1, Shopton. Keeping it real. Keeping it real. All right, let's go to Langston. Langston, what's going on? How you doing today?
My man Lincoln Ware, how you doing, brother?
I'm hanging in there. What's on your mind?
Hey, well, before I start, I definitely want to solicit all the prayer warriors to kind of circle around our sister Tierra Powell. Apparently, Little Scrappy done gave her a little cold. So if you have any good friends out there, Tierra, if they see their way to bring you some good chicken noodle soup and maybe some antihistamines to get you back on your feet.
Oh, boy. Unbelievable.
Yeah, but, I think my sister ahead of me already kind of really made my point in regards to, I don't know.
Hello? Langston?
But I assume they were born around the age of Richard Nixon when everyone's calling him Tricky Dick, and I find it weird that coming through something like that, where this man looks like an angel compared to a 34 felon, twice impeached convicted felon. I just don't understand it. I mean, everything he touches turns to junk. I mean, the only thing we're missing now is the toads and the locusts.
Yes.
I mean, he's just horrible. He's morally bankrupt. And the next time I hear Sweet Tea say about look at the stock market, I'm going to scream. I mean, what in the world does that have to do with affordable housing? What does it have to do with? I'm still waiting for all these jobs that Trump's supposed to make. All these companies coming in. Where is that at? I mean, it's just disgusting. For a black man.
That's all that Too Sweet can come up with Trump is look at the stock market, buddy. What's it at today, buddy? What's the stock market looking like? It's looking pretty good, huh? Don't you think? So, yeah, that's all. That's the only thing good he can say about Donald Trump.
I have to question your behavior. I have to question his behavior. Man, just as a man, I mean, we can have differences of opinions.
Yes.
But things that are right in your face that, this man is just so morally bankrupt, and you can still back him, it's disgusting.
He's crazy.
But,
he's got issues. Thanks for your call. Yeah.
No worries, my man.
All right, Langston.
No, I was just going to say, I'm sure you've already seen the D.C. and how that turned out, and you got Hibachi selling hot dogs, and so no one's there. So
unbelievable.
So have a good show, bro.
Thanks for your call. The World's Fair. How's that going? Hey, Norman, how are you?
I'm all right, Lincoln.
What's on your mind? What's on your mind?
Yesterday at church, we were having a pastor's anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
And 16 years ago, they told us we could park in the no parking zone on the corner, as long as we didn't block a fire hydrant or anything.
What street is this? What street?
On Nassau.
Nassau.
Uh-huh.
That's in Walnut Hills? Is that in Walnut Hills? Where is that?
Yes, in Walnut Hills.
Okay.
Well, we wasn't blocking no traffic, wasn't impeding any traffic or anything, and we don't have a parking area for the handicapped.
Mm-hmm.
So we could park on the corner, as long as we didn't block the intersection.
Right.
Well, they come in and say they're out there writing tickets. Someone complained. Well, who could complain?
Right.
The traffic was flowing.
Maybe some neighbors over there complained by the church.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, the church was there before they were.
Yeah.
And we've never had any problems except this time. We didn't have that big amount of people, but we had more than we usually have since the COVID and everything, which is about 75 to 100 people.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about it, they ticketed cars that were from out of town. People that came up. And we have 2 police officers go out there and tell the woman that they were told not to write tickets for people that wasn't blocking a fire hydrant that was going to churches and stuff. As long as they wasn't blocking a fire hydrant, they could park in a no parking zone. But she kept saying, well, somebody call.
Okay, what district is that? Is that District 2? Is that District 2 as far as police?
I don't know, because I live in
District
Barnesville.
4. Okay. I'm thinking Walnut Hills might be District 2. I'm thinking. I don't know. Maybe you need to talk to the captain over at District 2 to see what she says.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Now, where is that at? Downtown?
District 2 is right there on, let's see, is it Madison Road? Not Madison Road, but, where's District 2? Is that, it's over there near Hyde Park area. The Hyde Park area. What's the name of it? I can't think of it. Erie, yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Erie. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. When I go over there, 'cause, part of the reason I don't go downtown is because of the parking situation down there.
Yes.
And some people don't have credit cards where they can use it to get in them parking places. You know what I'm talking about?
And then sometimes on Sunday, they do give churches leeway on Sunday during church hours. Sometimes they will do that for a church. I don't know. But, yeah, maybe you need to check there. Who's the preacher over there?
Gibbs.
What's his?
Gibbs.
Gibbs?
Gibbs.
Okay.
Gibbs.
Okay. Well, yeah, send him over there to talk to the captain, and maybe he might be able to do something.
All right.
Okay?
All right.
Let me know how it goes.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks for your call. All right. Somebody said, I never knew where District 2 was. Yeah, it's right there on Erie. I knew I couldn't think of the street offhand, but yeah, it's right there. So there you go. All right, 513-749-1230. Let's see. Let's go ahead and take a break before we go to Nadir, Ron Dula, Mike McCoy, and others on 1230, The Buzz.
Hey, y'all, what up? This your boy, Ricky Smiley. I want to drop you an invite to something a little more.
What's the name of the black teacher? And the black captain that got fired, got her job back. What's her name? Pettis. Yeah. I think she's the captain over at District 2. I couldn't think of a name to tell him, but I will when I come back. Yeah, I think Pettis is the captain over there. Yeah. It's called Getting Old, Vernon Jordan. The recall don't come as quick as it is as when you're 50 and 55, even 60. But when you hit that over 75 age, that recall, and I didn't have time to do the alphabet. That always works. But when I'm talking to somebody, I don't have time. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. And when I hit the P, it would have bounced right out at me. Pettis. Yes. Or when I hit D, it might have worked too. A, B, C, D. Danita Pettis. Oh, boy. She's in 4? Is she? Okay. Let's see. Are you sure she's in 4? Maybe you know what? She might be in 4 because when I was over at Corinthian, she stopped by there and said, okay, yeah, that's right. She is in 4. She is in 4. Okay, well, it's going to happen to you, Paul Harvey. You're 57. When you hit 60, sometimes you're going to want to think of somebody's name, and it's just not going to come to you right away. I'm taking that too. Real common sense.
You taking something from memory?
Yeah.
What is it?
Prevagen.
Oh.
But they got some other stuff. I'm going to see my neurologist next week. Not next week, next month.
I was taking some type of herbs. I forgot the name of it, ironically. But, man, I started after about a month, I started remembering everything. And you just can't stop remembering stuff.
Right.
It works that
What's
well.
the name of it?
I got to look it up.
What's the name of it?
I got to look it up.
Yes.
It's been about 10 years or so ago I used to take it.
Okay.
Yep.
Radio 1, or any of its subsidiary companies.
Take us with you wherever you go. Download the Buzz app for your smartphone today. For details, go to thebuzzcincy.com.
1230 WDBZ, the Buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station. Let's see, Nadir, Mike McCoy, Ron Dula. Call me back in about a half hour, and we'll get to you. We'll move you right up the list. In the studio with me, none other than Judge Christopher McDowell. And Judge, welcome to the show. How are you today?
I'm well. Thank you for having me.
All right,
show.
And thank you for coming on the TV show last week. Yesterday morning, did you watch the show? Or were you asleep?
I have to admit, I was asleep. It starts at 6:30 a.m.
Yes, right. I tell you, I just saw something today that made me think about you because they're waiting for the governor to sign this bill where you have to, if the cop asks you for your ID, you have to give it to him. And they're waiting for, it says, Ohio bill would criminalize refusing to identify yourself during police stops, and they're waiting for him to sign it. So what about that? Is that good or bad?
I am not in favor of such a thing because basically what it allows is the police to harass innocent citizens who just might be on the street minding their own business. Police officer comes up to you, and this is one of the things that we see with more police encounters with black people, quite frankly, where it allows the police to come up, who are you, what are you doing, why are you here, let me see your ID, then they run your ID, you got outstanding warrants, and all you were doing is walking down the street. I think they should have some articulable suspicion or reason to stop, detain you, and question you. That's my view.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I agree. And they could just, anybody, they could pull you over or anything. Even you're sitting in the car, I guess they'll have to ask, you have to show them your ID.
But the fact of the matter, Lincoln, is it's not just anybody. It's not going to be me. It's probably not going to be you, but it might more likely to be you than me, right?
Yes.
And if you're in a high crime area, then it's much more likely to be you. So they're not going to be asking people for their ID in Hyde Park and Indian Hill. They're going to be doing it in Bond Hill and Lincoln Heights, right?
There you go. You got that right. Judge Christopher McDowell, a Republican judge. You sound like a Democrat, though. But I mean, you talk like a Democrat, but you're a Republican. How does that happen?
I got to tell you how it happens. I have represented criminal accused defendants for over 30 years. And so I believe in the Constitution, and I believe in civil rights, and I believe in the rights of criminal defendants and individuals, and just to be let alone by the police.
Yes.
You know, at a certain point in the spectrum of politics, the right becomes sometimes to the left. I'm for liberty and freedom.
Yes.
And liberty and freedom means the police don't come up to you and ask you questions.
There you go. All right, 513-749-1230. If you might have some questions for Judge Christopher McDowell, And you're also running for Common Pleas Court. You're now a Common Pleas Court judge, but you're running to stay in that seat in a time where Democrats are coming in sweeping everything. So how are you going to survive this election coming up?
Well, my race is a nonpartisan race. There's no R or D next to my race. And so I think that if people look at who is the most qualified candidate, compare, and just look who's fair and who's right. If they do that, then I should win in a landslide. Now, you're right, though. In the areas in which people have been identified as Republicans, like the First District Court of Appeals, Republicans have been wiped out. I hope that the voters have more common sense than that. And look at the man, look at the person, and look at the judge and their qualifications.
And what about all this talk about the judges are not keeping these guys in jail, low bonds, and when they have a warrant out, the cops are not tracking these cats down with warrants, and then they're going out killing people again and things like that. How do you feel about all that's going on?
Well, I do think that there are certain instances in which appropriate bonds are not being set. You have to differentiate between municipal court and common pleas court. So I deal with serious felonies. I deal with murderers and rapists and very serious offenses. And municipal court, where they're dealing with traffic cases and lower level offenses. If it's a theft case or a case in which there's not an identified victim who's been hurt physically, then a low bond might be appropriate because what you're most concerned about is this person showing up for court. If it's a serious offense in which somebody's been stabbed or shot, then what I looked at is the safety of the community. And I'm just dealing in statistics, but when you deal in statistics, a lot of the crime like that is black on black crime, okay? And so most likely the victim is a black person of that offense. And maybe it occurred in one of our black, brown, poor communities. If I let that person out, they're probably going to hurt somebody in those communities again. And you see that time and time again. When people are out on low bond, they just continue to hurt people in our community. And I have a duty to safeguard our community. We passed an amendment in this state that said that judges need to consider safety of the community. I feel that I am often protecting people in those black, brown, poor communities more than some of these judges who are letting people out on low bonds.
They're doing it. And it's coming back to bite some of them, too.
As it should.
Oh, boy. Ray, you have a question for Judge Christopher McDowell.
Yeah, I do. Hello, Judge. You preside over cases, right, that involves police officers?
I do. Yes, sir.
Okay, my only issue with judges when it comes to police officers, and I got another question, is that when they're found to be, when you know they're lying, they want to fudge the truth, they're not held in contempt or perjury charges. It's almost like, okay, well, we know the cops are lying, but we're not going to hold them on perjury charges. And if it was the other way around, you guys would hold the defendant or whoever testifies on perjury charges. That's number one. And number two is the Supreme Court. How much power do you think that they should have given Donald J. Trump? Because it's almost like they're just on his side on everything. And are you appalled by that?
All right, well, first let's deal with the perjury issue. One, anybody who takes the stand under oath and lies should be charged. The fact of the matter is, whether the person is a police officer or any other victim or any other person, they almost never are charged. For example, you see cases in which women may make up a false allegation of sexual assault, rape, and it becomes very clear that woman is never charged, ever. And I think people should be charged when they do that. If you're going to make a false allegation against somebody, whether you are a police officer or anybody else, and it's very clear that you've done that, to put somebody through the criminal justice system is wrong. It's dead wrong. It clogs up the justice system, and you potentially expose somebody to go into prison. And when that's, no matter who you are, you should be charged with perjury. And the prosecutor, not me. See, I don't have the authority to charge somebody with perjury. That comes from the prosecutor's office. So your beef on that is with the prosecutor's office, not me. But I would certainly hold, if I was a prosecutor, somebody, one in contempt, but I'm saying I would charge them with perjury if they did that, 100%. And with regard to the United States Supreme Court, you got to look at those matters on a case-by-case basis. The Constitution is what the Constitution is, and judges have a duty and obligation to enforce the law, to enforce the Constitution at all stages. Sometimes cases go in Donald Trump's favor. In fact, just driving over here, I heard that the court ruled against him in that civil lawsuit.
With the Eugene, what's the name? Eugene Carroll?
Yes,
yeah, the Carroll, yes.
They ruled against Donald Trump. So sometimes it's not everything going in his favor. Maybe you hear more about things going in his favor. But in that case, I think that is a multi-million-dollar judgment against Donald Trump. And in that case...
And what about voting rights? What about voting rights?
I guess you'd have to tell me more specifically what you mean by voting rights. Certainly, voting rights are something that's sacred to all of us.
But they have gutted parts of the voting rights. I think it was last year. They have gutted parts of the voting rights.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I just wanted your opinion.
Yeah, I mean, look, the voting rights are. It doesn't do us any good to be citizens if our vote doesn't count. Everybody's vote should count, right? But I think. Here, when we're dealing with whether you should have an ID when you go to vote, I think you should have to have an ID when you go to vote.
Right, Ray, and he's running for Hamilton County Common Pleas Court, not Supreme Court.
That's true.
No, but he's still a judge, and he has opinion on how these courts, or how these judges act when they're when they're on that bench.
Yes. All right. Anything else, Ray?
No, that'll do it for now.
Thanks for your call. Appreciate it. All right, 513-749-1230. You had the case of the two females, self-defense. She didn't want a jury trial. She chose to have a judge make the decision. You were the judge. You said it was self-defense.
Yeah, not guilty. And that was a black female. But again, you had the victim was also black. But, fair is fair and right is right. If somebody's acting in self-defense, then they have the right to use self-defense. The thing that I've heard, though, even from some Democrat judges, is they think that not every judge, even some Democrat judges in that courthouse, would have found that woman not guilty. And that's what I have had other judges tell me that. And I can't imagine. I would not have been able to sleep with myself had I not ruled in the manner in which I did. Because, look, we all have the right to self-defense.
Yeah.
We all have that. That is a human right that we all have. And if you're acting in self-defense, it's true self-defense, then you need to be acquitted. You should be acquitted. Moreover, that defendant in that case waived her right to a jury and had that murder case tried to the bench, tried to me, because she knew.
And that's a gamble. I mean, it's a gamble either way. It's a gamble either way, whether you're going to let the jury decide or the judge decide.
That's right. But it's, to say one person instead of 12 people decide my fate, you have to have a lot of trust in that one person. To have trust that that one person will act fairly. Look, when I put on the robe, politics comes off. I'm concerned with fairness and the Constitution and the law. And so I looked at the facts of that case and I acquitted her, as I hope every judge would have, but maybe not all would have.
And it's a different standard to prove self-defense now. It's not as stringent as it used to be. It's easier to prove self-defense nowadays.
It is.
That true?
It is. It used to be. When I first started practicing law in Ohio over almost 30 years ago now, the burden was on the defendant to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that they acted in self-defense. And Ohio was an outlier in the United States with regard to such a law. Now the law has changed, and now the state has the burden to show that you did not act in self-defense. Once you basically show some initial, indicia that you acted in self-defense, the burden shifts. And that is a big shift. Who bears the burden in a case, whether it's the defendant or the state. And I don't think that defendants should ever bear a burden. Because the state should always bear the burden of proving you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You're presumed innocent, so you shouldn't have to prove your innocence. And so,
I mean, if a guy, you road rage, and a guy pulls over, you pull over, the guy opens his trunk, brings out a tire iron, and come towards your window with that, and you shoot him, it should be a no-brainer. That was self-defense.
Yeah, and the other thing is we've expanded this concept of the castle doctrine. Your home is your castle, and you can use defense, even deadly force under certain circumstances to defend your castle. They've expanded that to your car. So if somebody's trying to carjack you or hurt you when you're in your car, you no longer have a duty to retreat, and you may defend yourself just the same as if you were in your bedroom.
Okay. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. If you've got questions for Judge Christopher McDowell, 513-749-1230. That's my number. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. 1230, The Buzz.
1230 AM, WDBZ, Cincinnati, an Urban One station. Listen online on thebuzzcincy.com. We are 1230 The Buzz, the home of the Lincoln Ware Show.
In the latest news, one person is dead and 2 others are injured after a shooting that happened on Saturday in Cheviot. The incident happened shortly before 6 p.m. at a location on Glenmore Avenue. Currently, no arrests have been made. Cincinnati police are investigating a Sunday night shooting. Police dispatch to the city CUF neighborhood found someone shot near Halstead and Cotman Streets at around 6:15 p.m. The victim was last reported to be hospitalized with critical injuries. A Mount Airy apartment complex was the scene of a shooting incident that happened on Saturday night. 2 people were hit by gunfire at a complex on High Forest Lane. There has been no word on their condition. And bond is being set at $3 million for a defendant charged in a deadly shooting in North College Hill. 2 people were found shot inside a vehicle on Carpenter Drive. 1 victim died at the scene while the other survived. 43-year-old Ricky Orlando Lee faces charges, including murder and felonious assault. That's your news. I'm Adam Zellick on 1230 The Buzz.
Don't leave us in the car. Take us with you. Go to your favorite app store, search WDBZ, and download the Buzz app today.
1230 WDBZ, The Buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station. Lincoln Ware with you. And let's see, we got former Judge Fanon Rucker.
Oh, I like Judge
You
Rucker.
like Rucker? Rucker, how you doing today?
I'm great, Lincoln. How are you today?
I'm hanging in there. Good talking to you.
Good talking to you as well. Judge McDowell, good to see you here on the Lincoln Ware Show. I wanted to just offer a question, and that is, what has been your biggest transition from going to practicing law and representing and advocating to actually being in the position of having to decide the cases that come in front of you? And I ask that because when people are voting for judges, they need to really look at who that person, where that person came from to get to where they are when they're deciding who to choose between 2 candidates. So I'll hang up and listen, but I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming on the show.
Well, thank you.
All right. Thanks, Fanon. We'll talk to you. All right.
Thank you, Judge Rucker. First, I got to tell you that Judge Rucker was an outstanding judge. I actually represented someone in front of him who was a protester at a Donald Trump rally. This person was a protester.
Okay.
And somebody going into the Donald Trump rally had blew smoke right into this woman's face. And the protester slapped the Trump supporter who blew smoke in her face.
Oh.
And the leading case in the United States on whether it is an assault to blow smoke in someone's face is out of Hamilton County. And I showed Judge Rucker that was an assault and that my client, the protester, had a right to defend herself, and Judge Rucker acquitted her. So
okay.
I respect him. I respect him.
That's pretty good. So if somebody blows smoke in your face, that's like they're hitting you or something.
That's exactly
and you can
right.
hit them back.
Right. Especially what happened here was almost like a spontaneous response. Somebody right in your face and just slapped you.
Oh my God. Okay, so that was a good guess. That's pretty good. I agree with that. And so I mean, was this before a jury? Could she have asked for a jury, or she just chose Judge Rucker to make the decision? How was that?
Just like people chose me for that murder case, I knew that Judge Rucker was a fair judge.
Okay.
And so that was a case tried to the bench, tried directly to Judge Rucker. I've tried hundreds and hundreds of cases to judges, to the bench. I've tried cases on 3 continents, all over the world, all over the United States, all over Ohio, representing criminal defendants like that. One of the, what Judge Rucker's question is, what's the most difficult transition? I don't know if this is what he's asking specifically, but I'll tell you some of the things that were a little surprising to me. One is how isolating it is to be a judge. People who, used to go to lunch with, who are your friends now, you kind of keep people at a little bit of a distance.
And because then if you go they can't buy you lunch. They can't even legally. They can't buy you lunch, can they?
Right, and most of the people I know or my friends are attorneys.
Yeah.
But when he asks, what's the biggest transition? Really, it's the shift from advocacy. I was formerly a prosecutor as well. I prosecuted murder cases. I prosecuted rape cases. I've also defended people charged with murder. I've gotten 2 black men off death row. But so the shift to me from an advocate position to sitting up there on the bench, I've had attorneys make arguments in front of me that I have made, and I had to actually rule against them. Even though I had sympathy for that position, I knew that the law was something else. And my duty now is to follow the law. And so sometimes that becomes difficult because I have a lot of sympathy, but I know that the First District Court of Appeals, the Ohio Supreme Court, the United States Supreme Court have settled the question, and I have to rule in a certain way. Even though sometimes intellectually I think, it's not, I don't necessarily agree with what these courts have done, but I have to follow the law. I can't just do what I want to do.
What do you think about the prosecutor and her integrity squad now, I call it? What do you think about that?
Well, actually, the people the person that she's hired to do that, they had a case in my courtroom of it was a young or black man at the time who was sent to prison for, I think, almost life. It might have been life. And they came to me and they showed me that the state of Ohio had what's called a Brady violation. The state of Ohio, or the prosecution, even if it's the United States, has a duty to turn over all the evidence to the defendant, even if it's harmful to the government's case. And if the government withholds that evidence, it's called a Brady violation.
And that happens a lot.
It happens a lot. Sometimes prosecutors get a white knight mentality, and they're like, I know this guy's guilty, and therefore whatever I do to put them in prison is righteous and the right thing. But when you get that mentality, you become the very evil that you are opposing because you have to follow the law. Your job as a prosecutor is not to put people in prison, but to do justice. And sometimes prosecutors lose sight of that, and they become the very evil that they oppose. And so anyway, in that case, there was a gun in the case that had not been fingerprinted, and the fingerprints of the magazine inside were of a different man, and not the man who was in prison for life.
Okay.
And so this the people who the prosecutor is now hired on her integrity committee brought the case to me, and I let the man out of prison.
Okay.
Because that was the right thing to do, because the state had violated his constitutional rights.
And how long had he been in jail?
I believe over 20 years.
Wow. See, that's just that's just not fair. That's just not right. You're right. And they did anything they could to make sure this guy was going to jail, and they won the case and sent him to jail for no reason, and you let him out.
Well, even knowing that there was evidence out there that had the jury heard it,
this guy,
right, and then not turning that over.
That's
an evil.
And then they should go to jail.
I don't disagree.
They should go to jail.
But the remedy is that the person gets a new trial and gets out. But at that case, I ordered a new trial, but the state, because it was so old, couldn't retry it, so he was let go. Look, if this committee that the prosecutor is putting together can find cases like that, can find cases of wrongfully incarcerated individuals, regardless of their race, regardless of their sex, just human beings, American citizens who are wrongfully in prison, and can bring that to light, can bring that to me as a judge, then that is a societal good. She's doing right. She's doing justice. That's her job as the prosecutor, not to keep people in prison, but to keep guilty people in prison. But innocent people should be let go.
Let go. All right. Marquetta, you have a question.
Your Honor, what do you think about Governor DeWine saying that Ohio should abolish the death penalty, especially listening to you speak about the disparities in race and getting some people off? I'll listen off one.
Yeah. Look, the fact is, the way it is right now, it doesn't seem like we're ever going to put anybody to death in Ohio right now. The men that I represented who were on death row, and I got off death row, had already been on death row. I mean, it's a difference. There's difference
than just being in jail,
being in prison, right? There's a difference. When you're on death row, you have no right to parole. You are kept with other death row inmates. When I would go to visit my clients, they would be handcuffed and chained and bolted to the floor.
Jeez.
across the table from me. I mean, you're a human being chained like an animal, you know? And so I think that the way it is being applied, it's been applied in the way that it's been done in Ohio and elsewhere, and the way it takes so long, it would be a huge savings to everybody if we would abolish it. Also, you really have to question, it's permanent. The death penalty is permanent. In these cases that I'm talking about where people have been in prison for 10, 15, 20 years, and then we find out that there was evidence hidden in their case, well, we can go back and we can let those people out of prison. But once you're dead, you're dead.
Yeah.
There's no going back.
You can't bring them back. You can't bring them back.
You can't bring them back.
Elwood Jones was on death row. He's been on the show several times. You remember that case?
Yes.
Of Elwood Jones?
A little bit.
Yeah. So he's out. He was on death row, but they didn't have the right drugs to use, and I think that saved him from they didn't have the drugs, and they stopped applying the death penalty till they could get the right drugs. But
I had a man in my courtroom 3 months ago who 3 times they came to him and they asked him what he wanted for his last meal. 3 times. Jeez. And he was off death row.
Unbelievable. You've been you military man?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What, Army, right?
Army. I enlisted in the Army when I was 17.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in poverty, and that was one of the ways I could get out of poverty, get an education. And I went to college on the GI Bill. I was the first person in my family to ever go to college. I never knew a lawyer growing up. Never saw a lawyer, and never dreamed that I could be a lawyer. But the Army and the government, gave me opportunities that I never would have had otherwise. I know you were also in the Marines. You were in the military.
Yes, Marine.
And I then went to law school, and the government helped me go to law school.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to Korea. I was a military prosecutor in Korea, military prosecutor in Germany. Then they switched me over to the defense side.
Oh, okay.
And
now, what do you like better, working as a prosecutor or a defense attorney?
You know what?
What do you like the best?
A police officer asked me that question last month, and I had to tell him I actually like the defense better.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. When you represent a defendant, it's you versus the United States of America, or you versus the state of Ohio, just you and your client.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all you have. And when you can take down the state, when you can beat that case, that's an accomplishment.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I liked representing people and making sure that their rights were being upheld, and making sure that justice was being done in a case, even when my clients were guilty. And believe me, I've represented guilty people before too. But people are like, how can you represent someone who's guilty? Well, what I'm trying to do is get him a sentence that makes sense, and to still do my best to advocate for that person. It's not always advocating about guilt or innocence. It can also be advocating for what is a fair punishment for the case. But I did enjoy being a defense attorney.
All right. Okay. Now, have you ever had Clyde Bennett come before you?
Clyde Bennett and I used to be partners.
Really?
Yes. People are shocked by that.
Okay. He's a good guy. Well, he knows that court system. And he's a good man.
Yeah. I actually, when I when I got out of the Army, I was Clyde's associate. Okay. And I worked for Clyde for many years, and then Clyde and I became partners.
Mm-hmm.
Clyde and I would go to court together. Let me tell you, when people ask me who I would hire if I was charged with something, I tell them Clyde Bennett.
Clyde Bennett.
Clyde Bennett. Clyde Bennett can make something out of nothing.
Yes, he can. He can. I tell you think this person has no chance in hell, but he comes up with stuff that gets him off. I don't know how he does it, but he does. Hey, Judge Christopher McDowell, I want to appreciate you coming up here today. And of course, your opponent, Sarah Henry, has reached out to me, so she wants to come in and tell her story, too.
Yeah. Maybe she could tell you about how many cases she's tried in common police court in Hamilton County.
Okay, all right. Shots fired. Okay. Thank you for joining me this afternoon.
Thank you, Lincoln. God bless you.
All right. Let's take a break. We'll come back 12:30. The Buzz.
What's happening, good people? It's your cousin Trip Fontaine, and this is the Trip After Dark podcast.
So I told him to go to therapy. I don't need therapy. I don't need to talk to no stranger about, what? All my stuff is small.
One of the things I've been thinking about when we talk about safety is harm. When I talk about accountability and we talk about love, we have to consider we do each other harm.
This is the Trip After Dark podcast. Listen on the Trip After Dark app and urban1podcast.com.
Tonight at 10 on TV1.
Bad girl, don't cry, we just run it up.
It's For My Man.
First degree murder, I'm facing 30 to life.
Loyal.
Me and my man are in this together.
Bad girl, don't cry, we just run it up.
Ride or die.
She was willing to.
All right. You know, I didn't think about asking him about Tracy Hunter. He might have been the one judge that would speak up and say something. He sounds like the type of guy that's not afraid, you know. He probably would have commented on that, which everybody else afraid to comment on Tracy Hunter. Yeah, his opponent is Sarah Henry, and we'll get her in here and give her some equal time. Apparently, she hasn't been a judge. Ask her how much time she's had. Woo! He said if he was in trouble, it would be Clyde Bennett. Tell you, he comes up with some stuff. That Clyde Bennett. Oh. When a judge says, if I get in trouble, I'm calling Clyde Bennett, what does that say? He does look like a lawyer, doesn't he? He doesn't look like a judge. He looks like a lawyer. But all judges have been lawyers, so what can you say? That's something about death row inmates. He said they have them chained to the floor like an animal. Jeez.
That's 1-800-729-7070 or go to selectquote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-729-7070. Details on example rate at selectquote.com.
1230 WDBZ, The Buzz, your official talk station.
It is official, you understand me? 1230 WDBZ, The Buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station. Lincoln Ware with you till 1 o'clock this afternoon. Queen was on hold to talk to the judge, but he got out of here, Queen, before we could. Ron Dula, what's going on?
How you feel, Lincoln?
I feel pretty good.
So why you keep grouping me up with Curtis Wells and LG? I don't mind you grouping me up.
Okay,
with
you are
you grouping me up with them?
Because they're Trump lovers just like you.
No. I'm not a Trump lover. I mean, if I'm a Trump lover,
did you vote for Donald Trump? Let me go back. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
No, I didn't, and I showed you that I didn't. I didn't.
You support Donald Trump.
So okay.
You support him. You always calling up here supporting every move he makes.
So, okay. Anyway, so I teach my sons. You know the story of Adam and Eve, right?
The what now? Oh yeah, of course.
The story of Adam and Eve.
Yes.
So now you know Adam and Eve lived hundreds of years, right?
I don't know. I don't know that.
Well, of course you don't read the Bible like that.
I mean, but how does anybody, if they were the first ones here, how does anybody know really how long they lived?
Okay, well, my point is, I teach my sons that, Satan had to, you know, try to seduce her for 100 years in order for her to even speak to a snake. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and my point is, you know, I was telling y'all, you know, y'all keep coming up with all these distractionary things that you know, really distract us from, you know, what's really going on. And, you know, I want to, you know, I want to say something to Miss Ware and you. When I went down to Scotty and went down to council,
yeah,
I was already wearing that stuff, and I wasn't gonna, you know, change, you know, because
well, I wish you had changed. If I had known you were going down and act like that in the Lincoln Ware Walking Club T-shirt, I wish you had changed.
The thing, but the thing of it is, you know, and you know that normally I'll get a little emotional and stuff like that. You know, I don't want to apologize to Scotty, but I want to say something. You know, I used Scotty, and you know, it wasn't nothing against Scotty, because I knew what he couldn't do. And pay me attention, Lincoln, and I promise you won't hear from me for a minute. You know, I knew that Scotty couldn't do anything for me. I knew he couldn't. And you know why he couldn't. And the mayor knows why he couldn't.
I don't know why he couldn't. What was it you wanted him to do? What did you want him to do for you? What? Just
no. Well,
don't leave us hanging.
I got attacked, beaten, and robbed on the square, and nobody showed me a video. Nobody investigated the case, nothing like that. But the thing of it is, you know, the mayor controls everything. The mayor controls everything. And when I went to Iris and what is the organization? When I went to Iris, I knew she couldn't help me, and I told her that. And I used Scotty to bring out the fact that not only, it wasn't convenient, because, you know, I know I have a phase, and I
okay,
don't know
why did you
right
use
now.
Scotty? Let's cut through the chase. Why did you use Scotty?
It was not convenient, but it was impeccable timing that Chandra and Little Queenie got killed in that same little space, because everybody knows, you know, what needs to be done and what's not being done for black citizens. Yeah. And I don't even think Chandra's mother even got that meeting with the mayor.
Yeah, you know, I mean, how many black men have been attacked and robbed by a white woman? I mean, they probably didn't believe you.
I mean, they got me for an ambulance, and I was, man, look, you know, like I said, it is, as Scotty said it best. You don't know who's behind. You don't know who's for you or against you in Cincinnati just because of their color and just because they have a D by their name. And you know, you can judge a tree by the fruit that it bears. You know, y'all got to not be so distracted by all of this other bull crap and know that something is boiling down in Cincinnati because the moves that's being made. And then what you think about the Democratic Socialists? You ain't said nothing about that.
Well,
because you know, and I know we are capitalists. We trying to get the money.
I don't think the socialists are going to have much traction. It's a lot of talk.
They already won seats up
in New York. That's New York. That's New York. That's not Middle America or anything like that. Ron Dula, I got to run. You've been on too long. Anyway, I got to move on. Mike McCoy, what's going on? My good friend, Mike McCoy, how are you today?
Thanks, Lincoln, for taking my call. I'll be rather quick here. I just want to thank Corvette Ed for understanding what I was saying about the stock market when Too Sweet was talking about anybody can afford it.
Yeah.
Now, you know there's no more trillionaires. Elon Musk lost so many billions of dollars in the stock market last week. So I don't hear Too Sweet calling in talking about, buying stock. And, and you got a trillionaire. He's not a trillionaire anymore, so there's no more trillionaires out there, Too Sweet.
Well, I'm sure he'll jump back up and be another one before long. The stock will go up, I'm sure, at some point, and he'll become a trillionaire again.
Yeah, but I'm just saying everybody can't afford to buy a stock like Too Sweet.
This is true.
He's just rolling in dough. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Lincoln, real quick, how's Miss Louise doing? I haven't heard her call.
I saw Miss Louise on Saturday out at the Drifters Pedazzle event out at the Willow Event Center, and Miss Louise is doing fine.
Okay, good, Lincoln.
Yeah.
And one other thing, Lincoln, have you seen the movie The 24th? The Brigade of
oh, yeah. That's a good movie. That's a really good movie.
I watched that last night. I was mad, man. I wanted to kick the TV
I know.
man.
I know. It was horrible how they did those cats. Yeah.
Yeah, man. That just shows you how America is. You know, a white mob and police officers. What was these guys supposed to do, Lincoln? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and then you always get a snitch, gonna tell on everybody. And, you know, what was it? It was, I can't remember. It was so many of them that was hung and so.
Oh, it was like was it 100 of them or something like that?
Yeah, it was something like that. Like I gotta watch it again. It was so depressing when I was watching it last night. I had to turn it off, but I'm gonna go back and finish watching it again. And you know, blacks had it real tough back in those times.
The movie's called The 24th. The 24th.
Yeah, and it's on Netflix. So anybody out there, if you got Netflix, check it out and see what you think about it. It was just depressing for me, Lincoln. But anyway, Lincoln, one other thing before I go, I want your prediction, as Too Sweet will say, good buddy, what you think the Bengals going to do?
Man. I think they'll get into the playoffs this year. They will make the playoffs. Anything other than that, I can't say. Depends on injuries and things like that. But they should get to the playoffs this year. Speaking of your good friend Too Sweet, here he is, Mike McCoy. Maybe he can need something to explain to you.
Hey, what up, gentlemen?
What's
Mike
up?
McCoy, let me ask you guys a question. If you're talking about federal workers or the independent, private sector, what is the economic engine that fuels pensions?
What is the
What is the economic engine that fuels your 401k and your other pensions?
The money you make.
What grows it?
The money you make at your company.
Where's the money coming from? What is your company investing in to grow your pension?
Well, it depends on what your company is selling. I mean, they're investing in the stock market too, but your money's going in there.
So you just poo-pooing on the fact that the market is the economic engine, right? That's how your pension is grown. It ain't no damn CDs and little things like that. It's the markets, right?
Yes. Okay.
So why y'all poo-poo on the market, Mike McCoy?
Too Sweet.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you this question. Can I ask you a question?
Yes,
Too
sir.
Sweet?
I can barely hear you now.
How many shares of stock do you own that's out there right now?
Say it again now.
How many shares of stock do you own?
How many shares of stock do you own?
They ain't none of your business. They ain't none of your business.
Okay, I'm in Vanguard, Too Sweet. Right now, I got 200,000 shares of Vanguard right now. Okay?
So then you believe in the market then?
My retirement. So I know about the stock market, Too Sweet. So
well, then why do you poo-poo on it, Mike McCoy?
But the thing is, Too Sweet, a lot of people can't invest in the market.
What now?
And some people will lose money because I was working with a girl. She had over $1 million in there, and before it was over, she got in international stuff, and she was down to $250,000 from $1 million. So the market goes up and down. And
correct, Mike McCoy. So why was you making an issue out of that Musk is no longer a trillionaire if you know the market go up and down? Why would you make that comment then?
The comment I made that because you talking about you can buy Tesla stock for $165 a share right now. $165 may be grocery for somebody to put on the table.
Well, Mike McCoy, there are other stocks that are cheaper, dude. I just gave you one example, man. Lincoln talked about plenty of stocks that's under freaking $10.
That's that's $1.
Yeah.
But still, everybody don't have $1 to spare.
Don't give me that. No, everybody can't. Look at they spend money on every damn thing under the freaking sun. Lotteries, booze, weed, you name it. They got the cash to do it if they want to, dude.
No, hey, Too Sweet.
Yes, sir.
Why are people standing out there in the free store and getting food like that if they got the money? It's a whole lot of people.
Why they sitting at the interstate exits and the
you guys
entrances?
are typical liberals where everybody's a damn victim. Black folks are just damn victims. There are no middle-class black folks. There are no millionaire black folks. There are no billionaire black folks. Everybody's a damn victim. That stuff gets old, dude.
Can I ask you one question?
Yes, sir.
Tell me what has Donald Trump done for you?
As an American citizen, well, let's talk about Mike McCoy, which you brought up, I guess, late last year.
Too Sweet. Just answer his question without a commentary. Without a commentary, just answer his question.
The tax deduction this year for seniors, that's up to $6,000. That's good to 28. You got the savings account for newborn kids. That's another one. You got the no tax on tips. That's another one. You got when he put the historical black colleges in the nation's budget when no other president did. They had to come every year and beg for freaking money. So that's part of the nation's budget, just like anything else. There are plenty of things he's done, Mike McCoy. Not to mention the black folks he released from prison who had those bogus-ass cocaine charges. Come on, dude.
Too Sweet.
Yes, sir.
You said, I heard you say tax on tips. Most of those people that's working in those restaurants don't even make enough money.
It ain't just people working in restaurants, dude.
Right. I mean,
there are plenty of people doing things that just fucking. Oh, pardon my French.
Oh, boy.
Lord have mercy, Lincoln. Don't kill me.
Oh, boy.
No,
right.
I'm living in your head for free.
Block that out.
That's what I'm doing. I'm living in your head for free. Because you come talking about, I get on your nerve. I'm glad I'm getting on your nerve.
It's all good, Mike McCoy. We ain't going to never agree.
All right. I got to wrap
lastly,
this.
Lincoln, why do you and Mike McCoy endorse Nazis?
What do you mean?
Well, that fool that's running for the senator up there in Maine? He's a neo-Nazi. He's running for senator, and he's a freaking Democrat.
I didn't vote for him.
But you're still a part of the damn party.
That don't mean nothing. Now, look how many racists are Republicans, and you're still in that party.
But let's not talk about the party who came up with slavery and Jim Crow, the Democratic Party.
Thanks for your call. Unbelievable. They killed me with that. Mike McCoy, thanks for your call.
All right, Lincoln, thank you.
All right. Yeah, as long as you don't vote for the racists, Too Sweet, they're in your party, and you know they are. And they'll tell you who they are. Oh, boy. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. Lincoln Ware, 1230, The Buzz.
Lincoln Ware is on demand.
On demand.
That's right. Listen to the Lincoln Ware Show when you want.
Oh, I like that.
Oh. What's up, Ken Anderson? And Too Sweet went and looked up. He had his list ready. That's how he rattled them off so quick. He had his list ready. Republican talking points. And he had it right there. He rolled down the list real quick. He didn't have to think about it. He had his list right there of Republican talking points on things Donald Trump have done, which some people think are good, which probably not. Who says good buddy? Oh, boy. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. J.D. Vance was on, what's his name? The comedian on HBO, Bill Maher. Yeah.
Yeah, Bill Maher did make a great point. He said that this time around with the elections, stops either, when it comes to Republicans, they say either we win or if we lose, the other people cheated.
Yeah.
You got to stop that. You got to come. He said, can we at least agree to be in the center on that point?
Yeah, what did he say? What did Vance say?
I forgot what he said, but it didn't make any sense what he said. He didn't agree with Bill Maher.
Right, of course not. Of course not.
And Bill Maher, he's a Trump supporter.
Yeah.
But he made a great point there.
Yep, Trump did say he didn't care about America's financial situation. D said if a man doesn't defend her like Too Sweet defends Trump, she don't want him. Okay. Did I tell you D came up to the Juneteenth thing at the Urban League? Call her D.
Oh, really?
She popped up there, yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Does she look anything like she sounds?
No. Mm-mm. Nope. There's two types of lesbians, the femme and the stud. D would be the stud.
Well, no crap, Mr. Ware. She definitely is that. I can pick that energy listening to her on the phone. Yeah, she's definitely a stud. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I hung around. Now I feel much more comfortable with myself and the people around me. Alcoholics Anonymous. It works. Look us up. Check your phone book, newspaper, or AA.org.
Giving voice to the community. We are the Buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station.
.1230 WDBZ. We are the Buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station. Lincoln Ware with you till 1 o'clock this afternoon. And Stefan, I have to admit, you were right about the phones being off over at the Community Action Agency. You were right. I verified it. I checked it out. And it was just for a short time. But, yes, they were disconnected. Yes.
Oh, man, I knew I was right, man. When the Hawk News come on, Hawk News tell you the truth.
I had to verify it, and I verified it over the weekend. So there you
go. Yeah, man. I'm going to keep it 100 with you, man. That's me, Brother Lincoln. Hey, Lincoln, I got a question for you, Lincoln.
Yes.
Why do we, when a slave movie come out and it be in the theaters, why do we got to pay for that?
What do you mean? Because somebody had to pay to make they had to took money to make the movie.
I mean, we know what happened. We know what happened.
Well, don't go.
That should be free
you
for us.
You don't have to go. If you know what happened, you don't have to go. You don't go.
It sounded like you was in the master house being Lincoln.
And no, I'm just. You say, why do we have to pay? I said, just don't go. You don't have to pay.
Yeah. Ain't that something? Hey, Brother Lincoln, I went down to saw John Hancock.
Okay.
Remember that story that he came on? Talked about his sister got hit by a car. His sister got hit by a car in College Hill. Got hit and run.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. What happened?
Well, he got 9 months. He got 9 months today. He got sentenced today. He got 9 months.
Really?
And the family was upset. Like, you know, he just got more time than that. You know what I mean? And he ran for Congress too. Yeah, remember he ran for Congress?
Yes.
Yeah, so I guess he do his voting in jail. You know, do his voting while he in jail. 'Cause he at least could have stopped him. How you gonna run for a seat and you supposed to be for the people, but you couldn't even turn your car back around and check on the people?
Yeah.
You know, and that's sad. That's sad, brother.
Did he have insurance?
He had. She said he had insurance there. He did, but his sister, the family, the young lady that got hit, her skull got removed 2 times. So, you know, 2 times to do surgery. You know, so that's kind of sad moment there, man. But we pray for the family. You know, God watch over the family and keep them safe. God, we just did a prayer right there. But Lincoln,
yes,
at the St. Charles Center, home ownership, wealth building,
yes.
I give that a D plus.
A D
plus,
man.
A D plus.
Why?
Yeah. Because number one, 2 things. I heard some people complaining like I ain't getting nothing out of this. You know, not at all. You know, and then they had the axe there. They had Little Scrappy and somebody from the Black INC. First of all, they could have used that money that brought them here to help pay for some taxes or help towards something. The black community with that money instead of bringing them in here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my opinion, you know, I would have saved that 25 or 25,000, you know, for both of them. I would have saved that and helped the community out with that money.
Well, I don't know if they paid him $25,000. I don't think Little Scrappy got $25,000 to come in here.
I say about 10,000, 15,000.
I would say closer to 5.
Nah, I ain't gonna say no 5,000. No, I don't say that. Hecky nah.
Okay.
Hecky nah. I say about 10, 15. And Guardian Saving paid for that. Saving and Guardian Bank, they paid for that.
Yes.
And I said, wow, they just could have helped people with their taxes with that money. But Lincoln, I was down at the county building as I come from the courthouse, outside of the county building, the top of the tomb building.
Yes.
Man, I almost broke my ankle, bro.
What happened?
Them bricks down look like, you know, for the streets.
Yeah.
You got little spots missing everywhere down there in front of the county building. Now, they need to fix them. I did a video on that, man.
That's the city, not the county.
Now, what's in front of the county building?
It's still the city.
I understand that. They go half and half on everything else. BCB
no,
Port Authority wants the money.
That's the city, so you need to call 311.
Nah, 311 ain't going to do nothing. You might as well call 411, 911. They ain't going to do nothing, Lincoln. But they need to be fixed because you got our veteran, Lincoln. You got our seniors walking on the streets, walking across the street and going into them commissioner buildings. They might trip and mess their ankle up. That's important. They got to fix this. They find money for everything else, but they ain't fixing these damn roads. And they shouldn't have no brick down there anyway. How you got missing bricks? It's a lot of them. You know what I mean? It looks like the snag or two.
Well, I know. I mean, it's not easy to replace those type of those bricks like that. So I don't know. It's up to the city to do what they need to do with that.
Yeah, they shouldn't have did that. They shouldn't have did that. And then I went out to the Dukes yesterday, Brother Lincoln. See the Brother Jesse out there, man.
Yes.
It's a nice area to have spades, cards, tunk, chess.
Yeah.
Man, that'd be a good look. You good in spades?
No, I'm not very good. No.
What about you? Just play Uno then, huh? Anyway, Brother Lincoln say you good at Uno. Anyway, Brother Lincoln, hold on. Last week, I forgot to recap what we were talking about. You're lucky it ain't crossed my mind because you were debating with me about something.
It was probably about the Community Action Agency. I didn't believe that the phones had been cut off, but apparently
phones
so.
Been cut off, Lincoln.
But they're back on. They was just off for a short period of time. They're back on. So anybody needs to call, they can call. Anybody needs to call Community Action Agency, you can call.
Why they couldn't call PIP? The PIP program turned it on. But we like to say we need that program, Lincoln. We need it as a black community. It's been a helping hand out many years. But the poor management with spending with money, get rid of them. Whoever get rid of the person that's poor management, that's overpaid.
Well, I don't know whether it's poor management. They probably just not getting the money that they used to get.
Brother Lincoln.
None of these organizations getting the money that they used to get.
Brother Lincoln.
Yes.
They get millions, bro.
They used to get millions. Used to.
Lincoln,
they don't get millions now.
They get money from the state house.
It's different with Trump than it was with Joe Biden. It's different.
Okay, then watch this then. Watch this then. They got the city, the county, and the state. Federal level give them money too, because you know who started it, right?
Who started what?
The Community Action Agency.
Gwen. I mean, I think it was there before Gwen Robinson, but I mean, she's the one that really catapulted that agency to where it is. You know, where it was when she left there.
Lyndon B. Johnson. He started that. Was the president?
Yes, the war on poverty. The war on poverty was his deal.
Right. So, make a long story short and real fast and quick, Lincoln. They get money from the state, the county, and the city. That's a lot of money they get.
But they don't get the same. I'm telling you, stuff has been cut. Cuts. When it comes to Donald Trump, he cuts everything that's going to help people.
Well, this is what we're going to do then, Lincoln. This is exactly what I'm going to do for you. Because since you came back and said I was right, I appreciate that. I'm gonna go find out how much they get.
Okay.
I'm gonna do
well, don't find out. Hold on. Don't find out what they're getting. Find out what they were getting compared to what they're getting now.
Okay. All right. That's what Denzel tell you. Okay. All right. Okay, brother Lincoln. I got you, brother.
All right.
I'm gonna do the homework. Anyway, Lincoln, I love you, brother. You can't do a damn thing about it. Guess what? Terrence Howard, I love you too on the ones and twos.
All right.
Do my best. All right, man.
Thanks for your call. Unbelievable. Let's take a break. We'll come back. 12:30, The Buzz.
Looking for a podcast that delves into the intricacies of love and relationships?
I hated to tell him he was right.
He actually hates me, but it's all good.
Oh, boy. Now, I wasn't talking about that D on YouTube. I wasn't talking about the D on YouTube. I was talking about the D that calls in. Who was that said? I had to make sure I had to set the record straight about D. Yeah, I'm not talking about D J513. Caller D. I see it. He knows the difference, but I don't know if other people do. Yeah, I know you, D, on YouTube. She's a partier. Jerica says, nobody can hate you, Terrence. No one can hate you, Terrence.
And she is the number one
hater.
Terrence Howard.
Number one Terrence Howard hater.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. We know LaDonna. Oh, God. Pamela Kenny, since Terrence can't play his own music anymore, instead of ones and twos, it should be halves and fourths.
Oh, ha, ha, ha.
Halves and 3/4. Okay. I thought it was 1/4. Halves and 3/4. Okay. Unbelievable. It took a lot of time to think about that, didn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I see you, D. J513. I see you. Oh, boy. Clifford said, what's a stud? Oh, boy.
Clifford. Oh, man. Where have you been?
Boy.
Well, you got two types of studs. The male kind and the female kind.
The rebroadcast. Do it again. For the full schedule, go to thebuzzcincy.com.
1230 WDBZ, the Buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station, Lincoln Ware, on a Monday. And it's going to be a hot week. Going to feel like in the triple digits. Tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Yeah. They say some relief on Saturday, 4th of July. And speaking of the 4th, we will not walk this coming Saturday, 4th of July. We won't have the walking club.
On the day I was planning to show up?
Yeah,
how
right.
dare you?
Right. Yes. Have you even worn your shirt?
I have, Mr. Ware. It fits great, too.
Just
I tell
check.
you.
That 3X fit perfect.
It's a little tight for a 3X, but listen, it fits great.
All right. Yep. Let's go to Sly. Sly, how are you?
Everything's everything, brother. How are you?
I'm hanging in there. What's on your mind?
Couple quickies. First, let me address your friend Too Sweet, because he gave out some misinformation when he's talking about Trump getting black people out of prison.
Yeah.
Where was he August 3rd, 2010, when Barack Obama signed the Fair Sentencing Act, which was the precursor to the first step?
Yeah, like the cocaine and crack disparity.
Right, because, and that was brought on by an organization called FAM, Families Against Mandatory Minimums. Okay, so, Barack signed that because it had to go through the House and the Senate. And then in 2018, July of 2018, for the very first time in American history, that was when prison reform. Now, what Barack did was sentencing reform, but the prison reform for the first time made it to the Senate floor because it kept getting kicked back.
Yep.
Donald Trump signs the First Step Act, but what did he do the very next day? He put the government in the longest shutdown in American history the first time.
Yep.
The first time. Okay, so he got that one. He got that one wrong. But I have to agree with you and others, and this is no dig at Pharaoh. I don't brag about what I do or anything like that, but I've been to Africa several times since 1991. Okay, the first time I went was because I was dating an African woman. And we went together to Senegal to visit her family. Okay, so, and as a matter of fact, I still have my Pan Am passport holder that I got. You remember Pan Am?
Yep, Pan Am. Yep, Pan American. Yes, Pan American Airlines. Yes.
Yeah, I still have that my passport holder from them. But it's a suggestion to anybody that can, because dig this: Canada is only 20 miles from my driveway, and in my adult life, I think I've only been to Canada 4 times. I've never been to Vegas because Vegas has nothing for me. But I suggest to any and everyone that can, and it's not as expensive as you think it is, visit Africa, visit the motherland, go to a park or a beach, kick your shoes off, and ground yourself. It is an experience like none other.
Yes.
Even the food. If you spend 2 weeks in Africa and you come back to this country and eat our food, you're going to have an attitude. Yep. Okay? And I suggest that one of the first places, for your very first time going to Africa, if you're, inexperienced, go to Ghana first. Go to either Accra or Kumasi. And also visit the cocoa fields and try that chocolate that's over there. Okay, because the last time I went to Africa was in 2023 because I wanted to visit the Door of No Return. And, there are several slave castles and dungeons in Ghana.
And at the Door of No Return, have you looked at the soil there? It's and when they took the slaves from there to Georgia and South Carolina, it was the dirt was familiar because it was red, just like in Georgia. It was red in Africa too. Did you know
Absolutely.
that? Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. Okay. So what I did in 2023, I basically followed a trail from Ghana to Ivory Coast. Okay. I saw where the last bath was taken, and then I saw where the depot was, where they had like outdoor cages off the Ivory Coast when they were waiting for the vessels to arrive. See, that's where that comment, "I'm waiting for my ship to come in."
Yes.
When people are expecting money, that's where that came from, because we were the wealth that they were waiting for.
Right.
When we were held off of the when our ancestors were held off of the Ivory Coast.
Yes. All right.
Yeah. All right. Well, you take it easy, sir,
Hey.
and maybe I'll catch you before.
I appreciate your call. All right. Thanks for your call, Sly.
Yes, sir.
All right. That's Detroit Sly. Kathy, how are you?
Hey, Lincoln, how are you?
Pretty good. What's up?
I just wanted to put a plug in for, you mentioned the Double Dutch.
Oh, yeah.
There's some families out here doing some great things in the community other than the ones that just call into your show.
Yes.
My family my cousins have been a part of Double Dutch for, I would say, about 30 years. And now my cousin, she is a business owner. She owns 2 businesses, her and her sister, and they are coaches of the Double Dutch here in Cincinnati. And this was the first time that the Nationals were held here in about 50 years. So that was a big honor for them to be here out at Princeton.
Yeah, they said there were a lot of people from all over the place out there, from all over the country.
Yes, and then her daughter, my cousin's daughter, Ryland, she sang the national anthem, and she's 11, and she sounded like she was 25, and she did an awesome job. If you get a chance, I hope you can find her somewhere on Facebook, because she did an awesome job. And I just wanted to let you know that, they're out here giving back to the community as they were given when they were young ladies. And I'm very proud of them, and I wanted to put that out there.
All right.
And I also wanted to wish my nephew today, Christopher, a very happy birthday.
All right, Kathy, thanks for your call. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
That's pretty much going to wrap it up for me for Monday. We'll see you again tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Same time, same station. 1230, The Buzz. All right. The Double Dutch bus. Yes.
With all those hand movements over there, I didn't know if you were gonna trigger the.
No, I didn't I didn't do the high five sign.
Oh, okay.
I was just doing my double Dutch turn.
Okay, okay.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1, 10.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know. It's just something I just never could do that. You know what I mean? It takes some thinking skills to do that double Dutch, and I never could get the timing right. You got to think before you jump. And those double Dutch girls can go, let me tell you. They can go. All right, folks. I almost broke my neck. Pharaoh went to Dayton Why would he want to go anywhere else? We call double Dutch jumping French. Turning the ropes towards the outside was jumping double Dutch. Oh, okay. Real men don't double Dutch. Oh, peace. I just wanted to learn how to do it. You know what I mean? Not like I wanted to be an attorney. I just thought it was a good skill to be able to do that. It takes good footwork. And boxers, they try to do that with the single rope. You know, I'm telling you, it takes skill. It's really good reflex work.
Yeah, Mike Tyson was very good at that, man. I used to see him old training videos of
Yeah,
Mike Tyson.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was very good at that.
Yep. Sherman Hemsley could double Dutch, and that is like your older brother. Jeez. Excellent for footwork, speed, cross training. It takes skill. You're right. It takes skill. Yeah, you missed the little Scrappy report. We had a little Scrappy on here. He left me a message. Day one of the AI camera went pretty well. See? Ye of little faith. You ever notice Mike Tyson can't pronounce his last name as him and he says Tyson. Oh, jeez. Oh, boy. Ask Terrence, did he ever get a chance to double Dutch on his neighbor? Did you ever double Dutch on your neighbor? Somebody wanted me to ask you.
What the hell does that mean?
I have no idea. They wanted me to ask you that. Maybe it had something to do with that sweater or the blanket or something with your neighbor. Oh, Twin wanted me to ask you that. So consider the source. Oh, I listened to that song I'm supposed to direct. Oh, boy. On the 17th. Oh, boy. Somebody over there must hate me.
Why you say that?
Because the song is horrible.
Really?
Yes. I went by, I meant to mention this on the air. Yesterday they had it in Madisonville. I didn't go, I just drove past there. A lot of cars, a lot of food trucks and vendors, a lot of people there. Saw a lot of people walking up toward the place in Madisonville. Yes, I've been practicing. Terrence was always the dude that wanted to play hide and seek. That's from Jericho.
Anything else you want to reveal about me, Jericho? You know everything. I got to get over here and edit Too Sweet. Just let me know when you're done. I'll come over here and shut it down.
Oh, you can do it now.
Shut it down now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm getting ready to go.
All right.
Yep. I'll see y'all tomorrow, folks. Bye, ya.